Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have...
I'm Andrew, playing Grizz tonight. You can also catch me on Sundays at my home channel, Easy to Spell. We're over on YouTube. Come check us out. Excited.
Awesome. And switching up the order at the last minute.
Forgot we're not playing PvP. Hi, I'm a shrimp-filled wig. I'm Megan, and I'm playing Saride Landier, the Elegant Glamour Bard.
Hey y'all, this is Maz playing Talroth Oakenblade, the Wood Elf Scout.
And this is Carlos playing Thousand Fahrenheit, the Half-Orc Tiefling Forge Cleric.
Awesome. Thousand, how is Junk Drawer Show going? You guys up to anything currently, or are you guys on hiatus at the moment?
No, we've been playing. We've had to skip a couple of weeks for either mental health reasons or like life and adulting, and the fact that one of us lives in Denver and the other one is the rest of us in Florida and all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going great. Actually, in our storyline, we're trying to stop Ragnarok, so that's fun. Falk lost his eye; he got it ripped out, so that's also fun. But he got proposed to by his boyfriend, so that's awesome. Yeah. And if you want to know how the wedding goes and if we survive, check us out. And you can see us at any platform and everything at thejunkdrawershow.com. That will send you to our link tree, and it is the easiest way to find all of our media platforms, such as YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all that jazz. So yeah, check us out at thejunkdrawershow.com.
Very, very cool. Also would like to congratulate all of our PvP players. You guys had an amazing weekend. The Hands, which Megan was a part of, made it to second place, so they're gonna get the silver. Unfortunately, Vaden right here, Andrew, you guys were just out of third. Made it to fourth, but you guys were first place regular season. Absolutely fantastic. So just thank everybody that watched and participated and continues to hang out with us. More of that will be coming soon, but not right now. Not right now. Megan, do you want to tell us about Norse Foundry?
Boy, do I! So Norse Foundry, they're an excellent maker of metal dice, gemstone dice, dice boxes. They provided the Boulder dice as prizes for PvP. I'm very excited to get my silver one and start knocking people unconscious with it. If you go to norsefoundry.com, you can find all of their stuff, and if you use our promo code REPRPG, you get 15% off of your order, which, trust me, is no small pickings. All of their stuff is phenomenal. They have opal dice. Remember to give those to someone else. It's unlucky to buy your own. I would also like to remind people that I have yet to receive a set. If you want my address, I'll be happy to give it to you. So, yeah, norsefoundry.com, promo code REPRPG. Yeah.
I got you a wonderful set from there for your birthday. Do you even have them nearby?
Yes, I do. It's hard for me to push to talk and do what I need to do. I apologize.
Oh, you're good. I'm teasing you. They're watermelon jade. Jade is a good sign, a sign of good luck.
That was a test.
That
was a test. And you passed.
Yeah, and I know I did. Yeah, they're seriously gorgeous. They're seriously gorgeous.
Yes. Well, all of their stuff is absolutely fantastic. And
these were the ones that Megan got me from Norse Foundry, actually.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, I think that is all of our announcements at the moment. Tomorrow night we've got Borderlands. We're doing more Malifaux. I don't know what's happening after that. We're going to find out. It's going to be exciting. It's a journey. We're going to go on a journey together. And that's what we're going to do right now, too. So, let me get a little music going. Oh, it is. It's just very quiet. So, yeah, that happened. Here we go. So our adventure takes place in the lands of Lickdracht. They are lands of myth and legend, and here in the western portion of the continent, they very much live up to their name. They are the lands of dragons. Our heroes the archivists have ventured down a great river away from the Black King, whom they woke from his centuries-long slumber, a dwarven sire of old, looking to reclaim his place for his people. They have traveled to the city of Caerdion, a town of arcane tradition, of ancient elven and sylvan magics, the only city in Western Lecdracht which has the power to forbid true draconic form from entering its walls. Every morning, the chiming of the 7 bells rings throughout the city and re-empowers those mystical wards. Our heroes have ventured here for personal and for informational reasons, as well as Tauroth has spent a bit of time following the Black King's divinations to Caerdion in search of his brother. In addition, it has been surmised by the Archivist and by the Lord of the House of Shields that dragons that they have angered in repairing the Black Kingdom are potentially coming to seek revenge. And it was dragons that so long ago had threatened this tremendous kingdom of dwarves and giants, enough that they sealed away their immortal lord in the hopes of protecting him. So information on dragons, on family, these are great importance. However, there's something a little more immediate that takes our friends' attention this exact moment. Having met with one of the Black King's scouts, Grizz, they learned of an enclave of mind flayers, arcanist mind flayers, a unique breed cast out from their hive mind. And having pursued them through oddly familiar sewers beneath the city of Caerdion, they found their domain, their base of operations, or at least one of them. And there they have rescued one and a portion of their victims. Erithil, I believe, was our completely whole friend, whose brain had been but nibbled upon ever so gently. And unfortunately for Frederick, he has been made into a brain in a jar. Hopes of putting him back into a body lie purely within the Caerdion United University. As those mind flayers are not in this home at the moment, our heroes have the chance to pursue them into the heart of the city, to this Ivy League college of magical academia, and perhaps spare some other students such dangers and horrors. Now, guys, last week we had Grizz and Saride here. You guys have Frederick and Erithil to... what would you like to do with them? Would you like to take them with you? Would you like to return them to their frat house? Would you like to attempt to keep them safe at the little empire where you guys have taken up residence for now? Is or some other grand design with them specifically?
I didn't want to take them with us.
Oh, you wanted to leave them in the mind flayer hole?
Oh, no, like take them with us, but I didn't want to bring them with us on this next part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I'll get it, either hole them up somewhere safe till we deal with the Arcanists, or get them back to the university. But
Or a hospital? Is there a hospital?
Well, the university would be. Probably
No, the
closest
university
thing.
is just going to tell them they're pregnant. That's it. That's what every good university clinic does.
I send ibuprofen.
So there is a hospital you know of. It is a pretty good hospital. That's where Screebers was cared for. You can take them there and
we know there's a plethora of food waiting.
yes, yeah, at least a baked Alaska.
But you still have to explain to us what an Alaska is, I think.
Oh, right.
Alaska.
There's a great ice beast called Al, and it was once famed for answering riddles and questions, but it was sort of became a like a turn of phrase for the far northwestern reaches of Lick Drocht. It was Alaska. So they were gonna ask Al, and they're like, well, so. And that's why they're normally in sort of a like a birdish shape, kind of a big turtle shell of like fruits and things. So yeah, that is the Alaska.
Still recovering a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yep. That's right. Try me.
I just did. Yeah, and I lost.
Fuck around and find out. Cody style.
Yeah.
I had this thought.
Message...
I'm sorry. I'm going to pause this for a moment. I'm so sorry. I had this thought because the donations for the games in PvP went so well, and people love to participate, and I love that too. And we have these channel points and things, and I was thinking, like, how can we do something with this? And I was like, I bet if for some amount, like $1 or the 1,000 channel points or whatever, I was just like, all right, just give me a word, and I'll find a place to stick that stupid ass word in here somewhere. I can only imagine how.
I thought you were gonna say like name an NPC or something like that.
That feels.
I mean, he just did, essentially.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I can't guarantee I can do that all the time, but I was like, oh, I bet people would really like that. I bet people would love that. Anyway, please proceed, Sarai. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
It's fine. I'll message those in to get Talroth and meet us wherever it is we're going.
Well, if you're taking them to the hospital, you have a good chance of running into Thozen. You know that Thozen was planning on stopping by to check on Screebers today.
You know that, yeah.
Absolutely. See, look at that. We're just bringing it back around. And Talroth has been a little MIA, but he does check in with Screebers every once in a while. If he's not there by happenstance, you can always message him. But you figure Thozen at the very least will probably there.
To the hospital.
To the hospital it is. So, as you guys are making your way into the Caradian hospital, it is definitely larger and more involved than what most city hospitals in Lick Drocht or in the Republic of the Black Gem are. You know, healing magics being a lot of times the purview of religious figures or naturalists, people along those lines. You're often seeking healing from, you know, druids and clerics and things like that. And so it is one of those services that religious figures can ply in smaller towns. This is a relatively unique hospital. It would be a little closer to what we think of in the modern sense. But that is in part because it is a like surgical research center as well. And it does get funding from the school. A lot of, and there are healing magics that are applied here as well. But it looks to finding applications for magics to cure diseases that have proven resistant to restoration spells. Those of you that are familiar, actually, go ahead and roll me a history check. Thosen, you have advantage on this, and the rest of you do not. So just a history check.
Is it on healing?
Yes. You can take medicine. You can roll medicine if you'd like.
And I don't have advantage. Why?
You're not from the Republic.
Okay.
Well played. Do you want us to go in order?
Yes, please, Grizz.
11.
24 history.
Okay.
Should I roll on this one too?
If you are there, you are welcome to. If not, we'll skip you for now. You're right, Talroth. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thosen.
19 history.
Okay. Yeah. So Thosen, you're a little more familiar with the stories of it. Some of those stories did reach the Feywild. It was more rumored, a rumor or a story told among those of the Winter Court, Saride, but from Thosen, you know historically there are certain diseases. Usually they're magically influenced. There was very specifically a nasty spore that had haunted the Underdark beneath the Republic of the Black Gem that could not be cured purely through magic. At least magic up to a 6th level, which is about the border, right? You gotta think like cantrips, 1st level spells. These are fairly common. When you get to like 6th level, you're like, oh, like there's one dude in a city usually that does that, and beyond that, it's like, unless it's a place like this, unless it's a place where people congregate, right? And you would know some of those rumors too, that in this world, curative magics, especially when it comes to poisons and diseases, are constantly having to be updated, improved upon to maintain their effectiveness. And so that is one of the pursuits of this, along with finding non-magical applications of medicine and improving those efforts as well.
You would do this to me. It would be me that knows about these spores.
Well, I mean, yes, you as a player, but you are the only character from the Republic right now. With Olaroon gone, you are our link to the past, my friend. So,
cool. Okay. I would openly share all this information, by the way. Like, whoever asked, I would tell.
For any of you curious at home, Carlos's first character in Disasters in Danger was fell ill and ultimately taken by those spores in a battle with Zuktmoy.
It was a very emotional episode.
It was. Oh, God. I sobbed in my living room. I wasn't playing that night. I was just standing there screaming at the TV.
But, okay. Cool.
Okay. So, yeah, it is a little odd, right? This type of hospital, but you guys get in there. As you come walking in, there's a reception area, and a halfling hospitaler sort of comes over. Hey, what do you have there? Oh my, what is that?
This is your next patient, so hopefully you can do this. Yeah. His name's Frederick. He's very nice. Say hi, Frederick.
Hello, I'm Frederick. All right, that's a little loud. I appreciate that. You see a bunch of people sort of wince a little bit as the psychic emanations of Frederick are a little more broadcast, a little more shotgun, right? Than I keep wondering why you're. I was like, do you need attention? Oh, you're trying to get it to focus on you. I told. It worked for me, but well, you know. So, wow. Could I get some help over here, please? And behind the desk, there's definitely a receptionist. She's older. She's seen everything, and she's all right. What is? And you'll sort of hear this this thaumaturgy announcement over the throughout the place, and it just kind of goes, could we have every specialist in the hospital just make their way to the lobby, please, for a non-emergency emergency, just as soon as possible. If you guys could just have a seat right over there, we'll be with you in just a moment.
Sounds good. Thanks.
And he sort of wanders around, desperately trying to figure out what to do with the brain in the jar. Minutes pass, and you know, a variety of specialists come to the lobby, and it's a repeat frequently, and we'll do sort of a smash cut of all of them, you know, coming in. What seems to be the oh, no, that's not my special. Like, the podiatrist shows up first, right? Like, he gets there and he's like, all right, I'm here. Let's get rid of those corns. And oh, never mind. I'm actually sorry to any podiatrists in the audience. I'm sure there are far more important things than like corns that they deal with. I know that. I am an idiot. So there you go. I know, I appreciate that. But when it comes to podiatry, I rank in the ignorant side of things. Are you eventually they do get a couple of doctors that are, one, intrigued, and two, willing to try to figure out what is going on with them. And they take Frederick back, a couple of people, or Erithil. They take Erithil back to kind of look over his wound, and eventually one of them comes back and is gonna hello, I am Agnist Hedul. I've been looking over your friend. The mark on his forehead is very distinct. There's a dual piercing to it. It is something that run across intermittent past few months. And I was hoping I could ask you all questions as to what you know of this particular type of, and perhaps you could fill in some of the blanks of Erithil, as we are attempting to help him, bro, as it were.
Absolutely. I'd like to make an insight check.
Yeah, please do.
Can I fortune's favor it? That's a 9.
A 9? Okay. He's creepy. Hejul is creepy, for sure. But it's kind of all you got.
Okay.
Right, yeah, whatever questions you've got, I'd be happy to answer.
We had attempted to ask him about how come to receive the wound. The details he could provide us were rather sparse. As it were, something about a redhead and blackness and tentacles. And aside from that, is light on details. We have had a few individuals, 3 specifically, over the past 9 months, arrive here in states of unlife, but their brain completely removed. Also with much of their skull, usually. But I have seen a few of these, the lower portion of the wound. I didn't know if you all, when you had found Erithil, Frederick, come across any evidence as to what these creatures or beings might be.
No, nothing was there when we found them. And he gave us the same story, redhead, darkness, tentacles. We just assumed it was a hookup gone wrong.
College has very much changed since.
I wouldn't know. I never went to college, so if it wasn't like that when you're there, then yeah, I suppose it's changed. I think, personally, I don't... Never mind. I'm gonna... Chris kind of catches the hint that Straid's not telling him everything.
She's gonna just look at him and kind of bat her eyes in a very pointed, as non-pointed way she can. Mm-hmm. Not the Southern mom, shut the fuck up, we're in church face, something a little subtler.
That is unfortunate. Please be careful wherever your travels may take you. I can't speak to it for certain, but I would say that there is no good option of man or beast or monstrosity that would defile a person's brain in such a way. If you do remember anything, please, you can find me here most days. I will be getting back to Erithil and eventually Frederick, although I have to be honest, I don't know what medicine can do for him. Perhaps need a maker or some form of column, arcanist or artificer, something to replace those lost limbs, but ultimately I do fear whatever solution he's in is perhaps it's keeping him alive. If one could even call it that. Most disturbing.
Yeah, my first impression is that Erithil's got enough room up there for an extra brain, so maybe just cram them both into one. Let's make up the difference, as it were.
I don't disagree, but I think there are some, well, laws of nature that should probably be respected. So,
or at the very least, ethics.
I was gonna just leave it to the doctor, man. But yeah, ethics, sure.
DM question.
Yes.
Would I feel if Thosin is confident enough to at least create the parts that an artificer would have to magically imbued and whatnot to assist in any way?
You potentially could.
Can he make the Krang body?
So the creation of the vessel, the creation of the physical body, is not the most difficult part. I'll take Arcana or History. Those in again at advantage because this is your specialty. No Talroth unless you've snuck in, which we would never know. So.
Well, that's a natural 1 and a 9, so we're gonna go with 14.
Okay. Saride, did you make the roll? You don't have to if you don't want to. It was just a question. No? Okay. So You've seen golems before. You've fought at least one of them, right? And they're, I wouldn't say commonplace, but constructs that move are known for sure, right? The creation of the statue or the suit of armor or the vessel, as it were, is not beyond your means. That is simple craftsmanship. However, there is a step from raw materials to the semi-sentience of golems and of the full sentience of Warforged and everything in between. That is not known to you. Your recent acquisition and creation of the forging hammer has given you a peek into that insight, but as to making something that would be permanent, you know that there are magical manuals that impart that knowledge. There's literally books called Manual of Golem, and I believe they're like very rare to... I don't think they're legendary. Maybe the rarest one is legendary, right? But it is a requirement that you have learned that from one of these deep sources. There's a step of necromancy or divination or like there's something in between. Get the parts and make it walk and talk.
So it's a little out of my wheelhouse. It's kind of like I'm in 6th grade algebra and this is like college level trig.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Doctor. Did we get your name?
Arcanist Hedule.
Hedule. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I think then we're going to let you get back to your patient.
Much appreciated. If you think of anything, please. Otherwise, do be careful. This is a disturbing amount of violence. And he will make his leave.
When we, on our way out, she's going to stop by the receptionist desk.
Uh-huh.
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yes.
Arcanist Hedgel, how long has he been here?
Ooh, 4 or 5 years?
Has he seemed different lately at all?
Hedgel a pretty, isolated individual. Not a lot of the other doctors have enjoyed, working with him. He eschews magic in most instances, although when he is called upon to perform magical feats, he ranks among the most skilled in the entirety of the hospital. He's also a little creepy. He speaks very quietly and very close, and it's very unsettling. But I will say, in all of his time here, he's only lost a handful of patients. Less than 10. He's very good. He is also very aware of it and does not mind telling anyone exactly how good he is. But if you're worried about your friend, I don't know that there's anyone in the city that would do better. I mean, I would, if it were me, I'd be looking for a miracle worker, but as far as medicine goes, he's probably the best option. He's done a lot of head surgeries and repair.
Really? Would you say that that's his specialty then?
Primarily, well, not, I mean, it's rare, we don't get a lot of, definitely don't get a lot of brains in jars. But yeah, people that have head injuries are he always wants to be a part of it.
Interesting. All right. Thank you very much.
Of course. You guys start to make your way out of the hospital. If you haven't run into Talroth by now, you should probably send him a sending.
Oh, that's me. Yes, I should probably set up a message. Where are we meeting at before I message him?
Where were we going to find them? Is the center of town?
Center town, where they were going towards. You had the name. It was a girl, somebody's daughter.
Yep.
So probably meet there.
Yep.
As Megan skims through her notes, flying through. Yeah, I'll just tell him to meet at so-and-so's daughter's place. How about that? Will he know, I'm assuming he'll know where this is.
I mean, it's not, because it's not so-and-so's daughter's place. Like, it's a part, I'm trying to remember, this guy is like he's a professor, or he's head of the college.
He's a professor.
Something like that.
He's a professor.
And
So
she's
we're
a
meeting at-
student, we said, right? Like,
Yes.
that's...
Yeah, but she's missing?
So should we meet up on the quad? Is that
Yeah.
something people say?
Yeah. Let's go play some frisbee golf.
What makes Frisbee ultimate?
Magic.
Well, there you go.
On fire. Okay, so just tell him to meet up. What the fuck is a quad?
A really good
It's
question. Again, I never went to college, so...
It's the part where the 4 sections meet. There's a big grassy knoll in front of the buildings, normally in front of the library. You'll be able to find it's a large patch of green.
Got it. Okay. I will send sending to Talroth saying, "Hey, left the hospital. Meet up at the quad, which is grassy knoll in the middle of what was it? Like 4 buildings. Hopefully, you know what this is."
Response will come in. Yeah,
She's just
sure.
gonna kiss him on his cheek.
I'll meet you there soon. Just finishing up with Screebas. A lot of food got delivered. Pretty good food, too.
Oh, I can't reply to you. Otherwise, I have to burn another spell slot. But I want food. Okay. I'm going to. Oh, tell.
We have food. We have food.
I'll-
If you want some, there's she just opens up the bag and starts pulling out.
No, but not right now. Not right now. Okay. Okay.
I'll
okay.
take some of that. Let's... wait, yeah.
He'll meet us there.
What do you got? What do you got?
Closes it. No, not for you.
All right, fine. Fine. This is obviously a sensitive topic, so...
If you pay for it, you can have some.
Benedict was gonna pay for it.
Oh, Benedict didn't pay for it.
Now, who the hell's Benedict?
Where the hell did you come from?
Well, I said I was in the hospital with Screebas, and I saw you guys walking out, just kind of standing there, just kind of yelling something about this guy named Benedict.
Benedict... And Grizz whistles. I'm not gonna do that into a microphone because I'm
Thank
not
you.
a total jerk. Whistles and Benedict comes just around the corner where you're gonna take him into the hospital. This is Benedict. He's a good lad.
Oh, ain't you an adorable little bastard?
What are we seeing? What is this?
It's a giant cave badger that stands taller than me. Is a dwarf. I'm about level with his shoulder. He comes out.
Let's take the moment to we can describe Benedict, Grizz, Talroth, and Thosin. Let's describe everybody. Let's do it.
So Benedict is probably a good 3.5, 4 foot tall, kind of brown spotted cave badger. Grizz is a slightly shorter, stocky, tightly braided bearded dwarf with a stubby mohawk, sleeveless leather jerkin, bracers, and kind of a thick cloak and a big old backpack. He has what looks like a cook's knife strapped to his chest. And yeah, he's my Grizz the Dwarven Ranger.
All right, Talroth.
Well, Talroth, at least right now, instead of just the normal armor that he'd be wearing, thanks to the glamored effect of it, it does match up a little closer to what some of the other citizens in town would look like, whether it's like a set of robes or something to kind of blend in a little more. But yeah, about 5'6", very long chestnut hair, only braided in 2 braids, one around his neck and the other just kind of hanging down. Like a long sword strapped to his belt, more like a saber, but everyone else would know that he has a short sword that goes with it. That one is kind of tucked up under his back, a little more hidden out of the way right now. So just showing only the one sword. But also kind of very tan skin, wood elf, the long ears.
Oh, it's me.
It is you.
Oh, yeah, cool. So Thozen, you see at first glance, you think you see a half-orc, and then you realize he has horns and a tail. So he is a half-orc tiefling, actually. So he's more tiefling than anything. He has green skin, big ram horns not ram horns, but the horns that go up and back. He's like mid to late 40s. Now it's completely gray, almost white hair. You'll notice that the entire the entire right side of his body. Thank you. I forgot my own character. The entire right side of his body is burned, scarred. The whole side. He's in full adamantine armor, full plate, with, you'll see, a anvil on the chest plate, and a mace. I'm assuming the mace looks the same, right? It just has the features now of the Phoenix mace.
How do you want it to look?
Yeah, so it's an obsidian mace, with the part that hits and then with the handle. Not too flashy, but the obsidian is the part that stands out the most. Yeah, he's about 6'3", pretty
6'4".
6'4". He's a beefling. Thank you for reminding me. And you see him and Sarai are very, very close.
Yeah, I can do the Thozen descriptor in like 5 minutes. It's fine.
I mean, I should have just had you do it. Like, remind me what my character looks like.
But yeah, Talroth would have just... He probably wouldn't leave in the hospital anyway with just a little bit of the food when the sending came in. Stepping out, would have seen everybody talk and just strolled right up. But yeah, especially seeing Benedict now. Before he goes talking to the Badger, it's like, oh, sorry about that, Grizz. Grizz, you said, right? And just extend my hand for a handshake.
It reaches up. It is. You said it was Talroth? Yes. Yep. Pleasure to meet you. Are you going to help us kill some mind flayers? Is that...
some mind what?
Flayers. That's a, flay mind squiddly. This is your first time hearing about it. Yeah, that's a...
I think Treasure told me about these the other day, or... No, was it the other day? I don't remember.
She found out about them hours ago. So, but you're
Brain.
welcome. You're welcome to have already had another discussion on mind flayers. Just wanted to keep the timeline little clear. Please continue.
Cool. Thank you. Mind flayers. Ain't those things that kind of like little spider things?
They're, I think, significantly larger. They're more squid-faced. They got beaks. They tear up brains. You missed the whole brain in a jar conversation we just had inside the lobby. They've been pulling people's brains out and pickling them. And yeah, that's... no, when we get back, we should introduce you to Frederick. But I think right now we're on a bit of a time crunch. Because I think our understanding is that they're actually hunting somebody here in the city. And so...
The daughter. We think that they're hunting the daughter. Whose name I just don't fucking have.
Well, it started with an S. I think it got mentioned once, and that's with me around at least.
Sarah! I'm so sorry.
You're good. You guys know how this works. If you don't have the name, I make up a new one. That's
Well, it seems like you guys have been busy.
Yeah, so we've just kind of been walking, really. We cleared out their hideout, but they weren't there, so we've had kind of an uneventful morning. Afternoon.
Really? All right. Uneventful. Taroth, quick question. Do you perhaps have 65 gold on you that you'd be willing to put back into the coffers for food that was ordered, sniffed at, and then not eaten?
Well, I know what you're talking about, but I just had a bunch of food with Screebers. Why don't you go get some of that to kind of recoup it?
I am sorry. I cannot be the only person who's upset about this. I absolutely refuse to believe that I'm the only person. This man has stolen from us, essentially.
Okay, now hold
We're
on
all
a second.
fine with it.
Hold on a second. Now, if I understood the conversation coming up, you were yelling at Benedict for not having money to pay for dinner, but Benedict's the badger, right?
That's correct.
Yes, apparently Benedict is the keeper of the coin for County Grays.
Yeah, good boy. Good boy.
I'm gonna pop my once per day speak with the animals to talk to Benedict.
okay.
Megan thinks this is fucking hilarious. Saride is just at the end of her time.
There we go. We're back.
Wheelhouse Benedict.
Don't know what happened there.
Benedict decided to leave before you could ask him any questions.
What would
Discord
you
just like crashed. Sorry.
It's
Don't
okay.
worry, mine will do it soon.
Go ahead and start, Talroth.
So, your name's Benedict, right?
Yes, my name is Benedict.
Damn. I'll just kind of turn to Grizz. Your badger is very polite. I like that.
He's very respectable. I'm gonna also speak with animals.
Okay.
Just he's pretty well brought up considering he's a wild fucking animal, aren't you, Benedict?
I have been known to be both a wild and animal.
Oh, damn. I mean, I ain't seen a bastard as big as you since back home. Uncle Grubby would love you. Then again, Uncle Grubby might try to eat you too.
I would have to kill Uncle Grubby and most likely devour his corpse, were he to make that effort.
We've talked about devouring corpses. We don't talk about it.
I understand that you have more refined tastes, Grizz, but I still maintain that you eat corpses as well.
Well, if you cook it long enough, there's a good point where the meat becomes that nice medium rare.
Is medium rare about the point you stopped considering it a corpse, though? I mean, yeah, I see where you're coming from with that.
Is this all in Badger talk, or are
Yeah.
they speaking
Yes,
common?
this is all in Badger talk.
This is
I was
all.
gonna say,
Okay.
because if we're talking about corpse eating,
Oh no!
common.
'Cause- Yeah, no. Well, while this is happening, or like when you guys are done, we're gonna have a conversation in Orc. So please continue.
I'm gonna double check the spell, but yeah. This all seems like semantics to me. It was alive, it is not alive, I eat it. You have added additional steps to the process. But I do maintain that some of those steps can improve the flavor of the corpse.
I think that we have empirical evidence that you can improve the flavor of a corpse by cooking it, but I think
Yeah, especially with the right spices or maybe a nice little marinade. Just give it that nice little zing of a kick.
yeah, if you rub it with honey, it really breaks up the tougher ligaments. It's actually a really good tenderizer.
I've actually found cooking with like some bourbon or some whiskey just gives it a really nice little aftertaste.
I love that. Then you deglaze whatever cast iron pan you're in with more whiskey, make nice sauce. It's good. We're getting a little off track. Again, mind flayer hand. That's
Right, no, I'll give it. All right, so I'll just turn back to everyone else. Sarai, this is a very upstanding badger.
While that's going on, let's hear the...
Oh, no. Honestly, she will put up a finger.
Oh,
and now
okay.
y'all can wait while we discuss something that none of you can understand. Because my give a damn and my politeness are busted. So she just turned to those and in orc. I don't mean to be rude. I really don't. But he owes us 75 gold. He ordered food and then he walked away. He said that his badger would pay for it, which is a ridiculous sentence. And then the badger could not pay. And I am not insane for wanting our money back.
So, this is just monetary value. It's here. I will cover the 75 gold.
It is not the 75 gold. It is the
understand
purpose.
is the purpose behind the action, but I'm like, do we want to really start something so big over 75 gold though?
Do we really want to set a precedent where this man can do whatever he wants and get away with it and just expect that someone else is going to walk in and pick it up? He has no sense of responsibility whatsoever. We are now walking into a place where there are mind flayers and we don't really know him or his badger.
Yes,
you
but at the same
trust him?
time, I do, because at the same time, those skills that we are currently criticizing him for has saved our asses once or twice, like
The running out on the bill?
Well, no, but the sneakiness and being able to, get into places where we can't and steal things that we need. And
All right, I
know,
want you to think about what you're going to answer to this question very carefully before you answer it. Am I overreacting?
I first cast calm emotions on Sarai before answering.
Okay.
Make the appropriate saving throw.
It's wisdom, right?
I think so. Stand by, hope for show. Never mind, I don't cast calm emotions because I don't have it prepared. I'm sweating bullets as I'm like...
That's on you.
That's a difficult question to answer. It's...
Really? Because I think you just answered it. All right.
I do love you, though.
Mm-hmm.
As I kiss her in the forehead and cast Death Ward.
On who? You?
On you? Who the hell else am I gonna kiss in the forehead and cast Death? Oh, on me? I already have her. No. Oh, I don't have Relentless Endurance. I'm not a half-orc. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, I cast it on you. What the hell?
All right, thank you. How long does that last?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Oh, then we're both fine. All right, so, should we try going to the house first?
Is this in common?
Yeah, that's why it's Irish again.
Oh.
And should we try going to the house first to look for the girl? Or ask around with the students? What do you all think? Y'all are the rangers, so...
That seems like the best track would be to go to the house, because if she's not there, we'll have a jumping off point on to continue tracking them. If she is there, we can wait and protect her until they come to us.
Is there a way to see if it actually is her?
We don't have anything that belongs to her specifically, do we? Or we don't know anything that she has on herself that I could potentially locate?
No. I mean, we do know, or at least I was under the assumption that this mysterious redhead with tentacles was actually one of the Flayers in disguise, yes?
That is what... Yes, that is essentially what was told to you.
All right. So if we show up and this girl's got red hair, we just
Does
kill on sight?
identify... Well, does identify only work on objects themselves, or would I be able to identify a person, like the spell identify?
I'm pretty sure that's to identify the magical properties of an item. You are welcome to double check. You also have a whole suite of divination spells being a cleric. I don't know what among them is able to see through illusions, but I trust that you are 4 capable 10th level players. You can find something somewhere.
Question.
No,
Since we are on a college campus, if Thosen slips into a fuckboy mentality and he views women as objects, would identify then be able to work?
I am gonna say no, just because of the implications for the rest of society.
I feel like that would work more with how Saride sees Thousand as an object more than
Oh,
he sees
absolutely.
Saride as one.
Absolutely. I think there's a personality there. I don't know.
Okay, I'll look around, but no, identify won't work. It does say specifically an object.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Gentlemen, do you have any thoughts?
Magic's not really my strong suit. That's.
I mean,
more
I
of
can.
a-
Well, if we're trying to catch somebody that's disguised as a college girl, I mean, are they going to have all the same mannerisms and stuff? Maybe, I don't know, just kind of thinking out loud here. Find something that a normal college girl might like and see if that one doesn't go for it.
Sarai just looks at Talroth.
I'm just curious what a normal college girl would like.
I ain't go to college either, so I don't know. Well, yeah, Thosen looks very good, Sarad, but we need something, I don't know, like
I
an
pointed
idea.
to you, dipshit. There is nothing that a fancy college girl wants more than a bit of, out of town, low rent strange.
What about cake?
Actually, cake might be a good idea.
Depends on where she's at in her
Free
freshman
food.
15.
If
But
I
she
love
lives here.
free
But she
food.
lives with her dad. She has food.
But free food is always tasting better than the food you get at home.
Let's meet this girl, and then we can figure out what it is maybe that she's into. If she wants
Come back with
cake or
later.
cock, all right? Cake or cock?
It's a very hard decision to make sometimes. That's
It's
Carlos
pretty-
not Thousand.
Do we need to have this? Do we need to have this conversation? I'm fine with it. Do you want? Was it the elephant back at the other town?
It was the elephant in the room. You're right. That must have been it.
To this man's house.
Okay.
Small backstory: an elephant man was hitting on Thousand, and Thousand flirted back.
Oh, and I was here for it, man. If there was ever a throuple.
A trunkle. Anyways,
Okay.
this is when
I need to learn to keep myself muted because you guys keep making me like choke.
That's why you do push to talk here. Well, I have scry. I'll tell this to the group. I can potentially scry on this girl, but like before we meet her, and then if we meet her and it's not who we're expecting to meet, then it's not, obviously not her. But there is a possibility that it won't work, and I also need some components.
I'd say let's just go save it for a
Meet the
rainy
last, I
day.
think.
Okay, let's follow the yellow brick road. Then I don't know. Take the lead.
Okay.
All right.
Preemptively, though,
Yes.
Saride is like prestidigitating and mage handing on Talroth to like pick lint off of him, make sure his hair looks a little bit better. Whatever, like if he's got dirt somewhere, she's getting rid of it.
Make a strength save, because I'm casting the gust cantrip at you to push you away.
I'm not doing it. She's far enough away, it's magic.
What's the range on prestidigitation?
Isn't it like 30 feet?
Doesn't matter, I don't have it. I'm
Oh.
mage handing then.
Okay, that's fine.
That's 30 feet.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Seven.
So he notices you fussing on his clothes and is gonna attempt to push you away. Make a strength saving throw.
Dirty 20.
The wind is not enough.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm just neatening you up a bit.
Why?
I explained why. There is a possibility that we run a honeypot on this girl. So, there you go.
In your terms, she's trying to pimp you out.
I'm just going to go further ahead.
Just put my arm around so right. Keep walking.
I can fix him. I can fix him.
Actually, kind of an important question. We know where we're trying to go. Do we know where that is, though? We just had a name.
Which you don't have anymore. But let's get you a name. Let's, instead of continuing to watch us all struggle with the mysteries of this gentleman's name.
Grooming.
Well, that too. That too. Yeah, we can get a name. Yeah. Isimidus.
That's the family name?
That is the professor's name, Isimidus. And we will go with Sora Isimidus as the daughter.
You there, student passing by us.
Sure. Let's everybody make a perception check, or give me your passive perception as a floor. You guys are in the middle of the campus. This is the Cardian United. Yes, I know it sounds like an airline. Don't know why I did it, but I've stuck with it thus far. We're gonna keep going. This is a Ivy League Arcanist school. So this place is old, ancient. The buildings stretch back through a wide variety of architectural styles. The campus is big. It has been added to, and you can just by walking from the edge of the campus towards the heart of it is akin to traveling back in time, just sort of in perception. Starting with Grizz, what did you get?
25.
Nicely done. So, Ride.
20.
Okay.
Yeah. Passive is 20.
Okay. Thozen?
19.
Nicely done. You guys are being very... you guys are absolutely picking up on everybody that is around, even Thozen. Very eagle-eyed vision all the way across. A few things that you do notice is that there is a... as far as the demeanor and the stylings of the students, right, there is... You guys have lived on a college campus. You've traveled. You know Wyatt. You get the feeling. You can read these kids pretty well. I'll go ahead and give everybody except for Grizz insight with advantage, and then I'll kind of give you the full description of what you are seeing, because it's not just spotting things; it's also interpreting things. So I would appreciate that. Grizz, when you are ready, again, passive as a floor, so 10 plus your ranks, your adjusted value.
And so I still make the insight, just not with advantage, right?
Correct. Yes, please.
Okay. Appropriate. 11.
Okay.
Natural 20 for 24.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
17.
Okay. Yeah, so for the other three of you, this is pretty clear, and there's a little extra we'll give to Talroth and Saride. So it is, you guys had started around lunchtime, your journey, right? Travel for a couple of hours throughout the sewers. You came back up, we'll say probably 2 hours. We're getting towards late afternoon, early evening, 5 or 6 o'clock. Okay, so the campus is getting to an hour in a day when it's starting to, it's busy, but a lot of people are on their way out, right? Classes are closing down. So there are plenty of people around. You can tell there's a distinct difference between those with money those that are here based on talent and exploration, purely in the way that they're dressed. I will say all of the, not all, let's say 90% of the female students that are here definitely notice Saride in all of her glamour of her dress, and are either intimidated, envious, or just sort of annoyed at her for like she's wearing a dress on campus in which most of these poor college students are like rolling out of their hay sacks and going. But of course there is the very elite subset that would never go a day with a hair out of place. And
I'm Elle Woods at Harvard.
A bit, yes. Yeah. And so even the prettiest of them sort of find you a bit too colorful for this location.
And then they see me wrapped around your shoulders.
And there is a, as far as Thosen goes, there, much like Treasure, there's a distinct bit of respect due to like size and strength. But when they realize that when they finally recognize that you are a cleric of some kind, you can feel the judgment that sort of comes with that. It's like, oh, he's doing holy magic. Ugh. Right? And it is odd, to say the least. The glamour armor that Talroth is wearing has afforded him some benefits. He does seem to be the one that they blink at the least. He doesn't draw a ton of attention. He looks like somebody that should be here, almost as though he's the one like giving you guys a tour or showing you around. And they like him. They like the way he looks, but it is not. He doesn't stand out as a particularly glamorous or gorgeous paramour. They don't know what the fuck to make of the Badger and Grizz. And they don't even see Grizz most of the time. They just see the Badger, because Grizz is on par to slightly shorter than the Badger at shoulder height. So the ones that do see the dwarf or the Badger just have more questions than answers. The Badger by itself was perplexing enough, but now it's getting a little weird. They also all do seem to recognize adventurers. You guys are dressed for action and combat, and except for like Saride and Talroth, but Grizz and Thosen are very much dressed for men of daring and do. Yeah, Saride.
Does Benedict walk on his hinders?
No, he walks on all fours.
So even on all fours, he's taller than Grizz?
He is medium. He's a dire, yeah.
Fucking hell! If he was on his hinders, how tall would he be?
5'10". 5'6", 5 or 6 foot, yeah.
Oh my god!
Right? Am I?
Yeah,
I would think that is. He would be, yeah, maybe probably not as tall as Thosen, but yeah, he's like a bear size.
I want to hug him. I want to hug him so bad.
Yeah, imagine like a black bear or something, like not full Grizz, but
right. Yeah, he is the size of a black bear. Black bears are medium creatures as well, so yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I missed that. He's 5'10" on hinders.
Yeah.
No, he's 6.
Like 6 foot.
6 feet.
Yeah. He is the size of a black bear.
Yeah, big boy.
Yes. And I'm actually looking up black bear sizes right now because these things always tickle and intrigue me. Black bear range from 5'6", and adults range from 1.5 to 1.8 meters, 5'6". So he'd probably be about my height. a little taller. We'll put him closer to 5'8". Yeah, and about 600 pounds. Probably for him. Grizz is lean. He's probably between 2 and 6. I'd say like 450. Yeah, 450 pounds.
Okay.
So, yep, there you go.
I want to wrestle him.
I want to hug up. You there, student?
Yes, what can I do for you?
And we're fuck, a Sirius?
What?
Is that this man's name?
A serious?
Asmodeus.
No, that's
the king of the nine hells.
yeah.
You're thinking Asmodeus.
Ismendius.
Asmodeus. Yeah,
Ismenidus. Ismenidus. That's what it is. The one I said today, Ismenidus. Yes.
Take us to Asmodeus's house. Ma'am, no.
Sorry, you're in the wrong college. I have to go now. I need an adult.
Could you show us to, or point the way to Asmodeus's house?
Ismenidus is
Asmodeus's.
right. I understand. Yeah, he lives off campus, down that road, but you probably won't find him there. He actually works late most days. You can follow that path to, I believe it is the School of Practical Enchantment. And there on the ground floor, you'll find a stairwell. Take it one floor down. That is where the labs are. And you should find one with his name on it. And it he actually opens his book and scribes out the name and tears it off, and just in case.
I said the name correctly. I just had a possessive S on the back. Also, do you think his daughter might be with him? Because it's actually her that we're looking for. I'm not familiar with his daughter. I'm sorry. She a student? Something? If you're not familiar, you're not familiar. That's fair enough. Thank you so much for the help.
Good luck.
Can I tell if this person is lying about not knowing the daughter?
Yeah, you can make an insight check. Go for it.
I'm gonna go for it.
Cody, are we just doing brick right now?
Are you doing brick?
Yeah, the Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie. Are we just doing brick? Are we looking for...
I don't know the movie. I wish.
Yes, you do.
Do I?
Yes, we've watched it.
You have to give me more than JGL then.
It's the one from like the early 2000s where it's like high school kids doing noir, where the his ex-girlfriend goes missing.
Oh, I vaguely no. No. I appreciate that.
Are we? Ooh.
Winston, you can't do a movie. You can do every movie except for documentary because those have already happened. Sorry. My deep new girl cut for the
17
day.
insight.
17 insight. No, he doesn't. You get the feeling if they are an underclassman, or let me be even more specific. For this kid, if they are not a person that can advance their career, they don't give a shit. So, yeah, he's being pretty genuine. And the idea that he thinks less of you all for looking for somebody that is clearly unimportant to him. Yeah. So.
How's he gonna think when we're riding over on our tamed dragons later? What, bitch?
A very good question.
New goal. My entire purpose for this campaign is just to piss off self-entitled college students.
Just to double check, he wouldn't think anything because we wouldn't be able to make it into the city on dragons.
Not into, I'm just saying like flyby.
Just doing laps around.
Yeah, we're just with giant signs. It's the, what is it?
Fuck you, kid.
From Waterboy. Want me to kill them for you? It's just us on giant. We Goodyear blimp the shit out of that town.
Yeah. You can't. So he did give you directions to both his house and his lab. You guys can choose to go whichever one you would like to.
What do y'all think?
What time of day is it?
5, 6. He seems to be a bit of a workaholic from what you've been told. And you feel like you're more likely to find the professor at the lab. You don't know where the girl is. You're not even 100% if she lives with him. So.
Look, when I got into the zone of creating something, I kind of just stay at the forge for a long time. So I would say let's try his lab first.
That's fair.
Worst case scenario, he's not dead. We try the house.
Yeah. Sounds like the lab was closer to. So I'm slipping into your accent. That's gonna break me.
Sorry. And it doesn't help that Sarai also speaks in my accent when we're talking in Orcish.
Yay!
Okay. You guys make your way to the practical enchantment building. You follow the directions. There are about half a dozen relatively large rooms that you guys know and kind of recognize from Dorian's Dawn. You have seen some of these rooms. Sarai's been in one of them. It is a magical containment room, right, for experimentations and things like that. You do find the one labeled Professor Asmenidas, and it is closed. Heavy door. You can tell that it is lined with lead, and you suspect most of the walls here are as well. In addition to the brick and mortar and stone work that makes it up. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try the door handle.
Okay. Yeah, so it does have sort of a... you go to unlock it, not unlock it, but go to open it, right? There's a bar, right? So it's not like there's a lock, but it's barred from the inside. Has a little bit of give, but not like a hotel room sort of give.
Should we just knock then?
It's not like we're trying to sneak around the man.
Okay. Yeah, you guys give it a knock. It does take a few moments before somebody comes to the door. And the door has a like a bouncer slide, right? For lack of a better term. And it sort of, you see these very severe looking eyes that sort of pierce at you. Thick black hair that is swept back, and skin that is not that is well cared for, well kept, and sort of, who are you?
We've actually come looking for your daughter. Is Sarah around?
Oh, that's not my daughter. I'm the assistant. I'm Sivenden. Do you want to speak with the professor?
Sure. I mean, I shall turn back. Do we?
Let's see why not.
Yeah, we got a couple questions for the professor, if that's all right.
Just a moment. It's a long moment. Then you hear the bar behind the door. This way. As the door fully opens, you see Zavendum. He is a little wiry, but there is an intensity about him. And when he opens the door, there is a tremendous waft of delicious sort of fruit smell. Just behind it is this hint of rotten egg. Something similar. You walk into this stone room. It's about 15 by 15, pretty big, lined with tables out around the outsides. And as you guys are looking, there's a number of crystals sort of floating in these like pronged holders, right? Candelabra, I guess, something like that. Candlestick, kind of little crystals that sort of float around them. And there's a bit of luminescence that seems to kind of be bouncing between them, but you don't find the source. There's no candles, there's no torches, there's no ever burning anything. There's nothing where this light necessarily should come from, and yet it does sort of bounce and reform as it goes. And you actually kind of have to step through one of these beams of light that refracts across your body in the spray of the rainbow, and you come over. And as you make your way over, there is an older gentleman whose hair has very much begun to gray at the sides, and you can tell there's just the rarest little bit of black here at his temples, and it's thinning, although he does seem to still comb it and treat it as though it were as thick as it once was in his youth. This human man, darker skin, a little more sort of Latin in features, for lack of a better chunk of descriptors. And as he is putting a couple of crystals back into place, and he'll turn. Hello there. I'm so sorry. Savendis, please get our guests some refreshments, and see you in just a moment. Yes, Professor, but remember, we have much to accomplish tonight. I understand our timetable, Savendis. Please. You know I love to work as much as you do. I doubt that, sir. Almost as much as you do, but if there's something wrong with my daughter, I would like to know it. Now, please. Understood. Savendis leaves. When he closes the door, he closes it needlessly hard. And once that is done, the professor sort of looks over it. You'll have to forgive Savendis. He's very dedicated to the project, and delays are, well, he doesn't enjoy them very much, clearly. But he has helped me get more work done in, I suppose, 9 months or so than I got in years prior. What can I do for you all? Is there something wrong with Sarah? You all seem to be a bit hardier than her normal companions.
Who are her normal companions?
You watch him sort of struggle for a good way to say this. Usually individuals that are far less capable than what I'm assuming you are, and far, but maybe not far more, probably an equal amount of trouble. So, you'll forgive me. Savendis will be back any moment, and I don't think any of us want to really disappoint him. So, what is the trouble?
So here's the thing. I'm traveling as a member of the scouting regiment of the House of Shields, and I have been tasked with hunting an enclave of Mind Flayer Arcanus that we have tracked to the city. We just finished clearing out what we believe to be their center of operations here within the city, and we have reason to believe that they're after You or your daughter?
You'll forgive me, there's a lot to unpack there.
You wouldn't appreciate me beating around the bush here where it involves the well-being of you and yours.
No, your directness is the least offensive thing you said there, to be honest. I do appreciate it. You'll forgive me, I'm not entirely familiar with mind flayers, but it actually poses an opportunity. Would you all mind if I were to lock the door and run a brief experiment with you?
What kind of experiment?
One of the mind and joint illusion.
Insight check.
Sure, go ahead.
You know what? I'm gonna bardic inspiration that.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll just reach over and. Oh, sorry. There's just something on your coat.
Okay. Take the bardic inspiration.
So it's a D8.
I don't know. I've never used it like this before. Hold on.
I believe a D10 at this level.
It's a 10, yeah.
All right, but Grizz, you were saying something?
I was asking, which door is it you're locking? The front door, or the one that your friend's coming back with refreshments through?
That is the only door.
No.
All right, and that'd be an 18 for the inspiration.
Okay. Yeah. He is. That is what it is, and it is an experiment. There is some inherent danger in that. But as far as making this offer as like an attempt to hurt you, doesn't seem to be that.
Personally, I'm not really opposed, so depending on the feelings of the rest of you.
She's watching Talroth. If he's okay with it, she's okay with it.
Can't hurt too much, can it?
I mean, experiment can go either way.
It is not a perfected spell or science by any means, but it's been safe for myself, Savendis. We were looking.
She'll nod, but say in Orcish, I mean, honestly, it's better when it hurts sometimes.
Of course, you would think that way. In common, I will say.
My apologies. I'm so sorry.
In Orcish, he will reply. I appreciate your apology. However, in my youth I learned there was a saying, there is but one way to learn true Orcish. Apologies, it was more inherent, I believe, the tribe. That I learned from. The saying ends that it is either through killing, fucking, but either way it ends in screams.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
That's pretty much how I learned too. This has been so fun. So back to what you were saying. I'm so sorry. I think we're all down. Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. If anyone would like to step out, you're welcome.
Bright pink.
You're welcome to it now. He starts to move towards the door, and he will close the lock, close the bar on the inside. Doesn't look like he does anything specific beyond barring it. So, as I'm sure Talroth is watching, or anyone, it doesn't look like there's a mechanism or a lock or anything along those lines that are on it.
Grizz, as the professor goes and locks the door, Grizz does expend a first level spell slot to cast Primeval Awareness.
Okay.
Just know if there's any undead or aberrations or anything within a mile.
Okay. You don't detect any.
Okay.
But make an Arcana check with advantage.
It's a natural 20 for 23.
You do a lot of spells, and a lot of magical awarenesses are diminished or deterred by things like lead-lined rooms, and you are in one at the moment. So it may have worked, it may not have. It performed the way you have always felt it perform, but after you do it, you also have the realization of, oh.
No, that's even better, because that tells me that he's not an aberration.
Great.
So.
Yep.
Being a blacksmith, like, can I tell how thick this lead is? Like, by when we were walking into the room, that I see, like,
it's a thin sheet, and that's all it needs to be, specifically because lead is such a dense metal.
Okay.
But as he's closing the door, is Benedict with you guys?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to ask, but I think the badger might interfere with the experiment. We haven't calculated anything for a beast.
Hasn't made its way to animal testing yet, right? Benedict, if you want to wait outside.
Oh, it's probably still within 10 minutes, to be honest. I will wait outside, Grizz, and I wish you luck on whatever horror is about to befall you.
All right, thanks. If none of us ever come back out, kill as many people as you can before they
I shall slaughter them all, cook them in a fire, and devour them.
Good job.
Well, if you're looking for expedience and time, maybe you skip the cooking.
I'm not
doing
even sure
how you'd start a fire.
I don't know either. It was said purely in honor of Grizz, and to attempt to honor his last wishes. But in truth, I had no intention of keeping the fire part.
He's fine.
I'll turn to Grizz. I really like him. He is amazing.
He's something, but you know what they say: when you buy a pet, you're buying a future tragedy. So try not to get too attached, you know?
Oh no,
I love him. I love him to death.
I've been there plenty of times.
With Benedict on the other side, the door closed and shut, as previously discussed. The professor is gonna travel around to some of the walls, and he puts on this pair of gloves. They are sort of chainmail gloves. He had them on actually when you came in, when he was handling those crystals, and he does so again. And as he reaches out towards the crystals, they sort of float between the points. And he comes over in front of. He begins with Grizz, and he's gonna sort of float it right in. Just do me a favor, and lock your eyes onto the crystal, and once he sees that you've done it, he'll move his hand. There you go. Very well done. You can look away from it, but please do return. If it's too long, it will fall, and they're very expensive. So please.
Brilliant.
And he does the same thing with each of you. Repeats the instructions, and then he'll sort of guide you all into a place. You can see that there's a circle on the floor, many arcane marks and sigils and things along those lines. And he gets a crystal of his own, and he'll now, if you wouldn't mind, I would like Grizz, was it?
Right.
If you would concentrate on Mind Flayer and picture that entity that you have described, or mentioned at the very least, if you would focus on it as best you can, and attempt to bring it forth in your mind's eye, but keep your eyes open, keep them locked on this crystal. And if it's any help at all, start with the environment. When last you had seen one, where were you? Go ahead.
Yeah, and Grizz starts thinking about the cold, still snowy mountains where he and his scouting troop had been passing through, and they were ambushed, split up, and him just seeing the wizard in their group. He grabbed from behind and just kind of has that locked in his head.
That's it.
Almost like it's been playing on repeat since it happened. He just immediately settles right into it.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's it. Very well done. Very well done. Now, just very slowly close your eyes.
Yes.
Everyone, close your eyes as well. Just take one small step back from the crystal. Then, now, open them. And as you all open your eyes, you are surrounded by the vision that Grizz had imagined, and you can feel the cold, the biting cold of his memory. The snow-topped mountain. You can hear the little pops of the fire that their camp had set. The air is damp with fresh snow, but also the hint of cedar burning from the wood that they had gathered. It's not quite a GIF, but it sort of shifts a little bit. There's a little bit of movement to it, like one of those like holographic card pictures, and it can kind of do a few frames forward and a few frames back. And the professor turns and he looks around, and there is a devastation to much of the scouting party. And if you move just so, you can see the Mind Flayer, the broad, sweeping collar that is webbed like the body between the tentacles, the spines and little suction cups that sort of dangle down. There's this oddly deep V that betrays the bluish purple skin. The hands of the Mind Flayer ignited with magical energy. Its tentacles flaring down to up. They stretch, able to reach feet in front of them. You can see it pull. The catatonic wizard to it. And the professor looks and, oh my, that is I can see why you would want to find it. I am truly sorry. I did not I didn't anticipate this sort of scene. And you begin to hear a little more. Vision sort of starts to move in progress, and he goes, "Oh, okay, no. Yeah, please return to your crystals quickly now, quickly." And he moves to his.
I think Grizz just stands transfixed, like fist clenched and just kind of shaking as it starts to move and play out.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Come on, you heard what he said. Crystal.
it has begun to move now. The scene that Grizz remembers playing out, and as it starts to, Thozen, because you are closest to Grizz, you sort of see it very much from his perspective. The scene actually sort of shifts to put Grizz in the place that he remembers standing. The rest of it sort of moves around him. And Grizz, what did you do last time you were in this moment?
I think Grizz would have been like in front of the Mind Flayer, like holding on to the hand of the wizard, trying to pull him back.
Yeah.
At the end of the fight, so he has like blood coming from his ears from the sonic attacks and all this, and
yeah,
you just and you see overlapping like the illusion and Grizz, like he just has like tears kind of starting to pour down his face as he just can't wrestle him back.
At this point, the state that Grizz was in is physically, it has retaken shape on him. His ear, the blood from his ears, the tears from his eyes, the pull he has on the illusion. There is no difference. There is no overlay. He is, if you did not know better, if he did not walk in here with you, you would think he was purely a part of this scene. And no, you have to get him away from that. Please, quickly, as soon as you can.
I'm gonna grab my arm around his shoulders and put my other hand on his hand that's holding onto the wizard.
Okay.
And tell him in the calmest voice, I'm gonna try to persuade him, there's nothing you can do. This is already played out. This is something of the past. You have to let it go.
Make a persuasion check.
You can do something in the future.
Okay. Grizz, I'm going to have you make an insight check. I'm going to set the cumulative DC. We're going to add your numbers together because you're not trying to resist him, not consciously, right? If you were here, you would believe what he's saying. So we're going to set that at a 30. So if between the two of you, the insight and the persuasion, you get to 30, then it's going to get through to Grizz. Okay?
Got a 19.
Okay. Taura or Thozen?
That is a natural 20 for a 27.
The words do reach you, Grizz, and you can feel the warmth of the blood on your neck from your ears. The coolness of the tears turns hot and warm because this is not a frozen mountaintop. This is a heated basement, and with Thozen's guidance, you are pulled back from the scene. Yes, Saride.
Before he gets into his crystal, can she do a sweep of the memory to see if there's anything else there that she could see, like another Flayer or another body that isn't a dwarf?
Sure. Yeah. Make a perception check. Tauroth, is there anything you are doing in particular in this moment?
Yeah, I would have been looking at the Mind Flayer itself, just kind of taking in the details, maybe seeing if he's wearing armor of some sort, but also looking around, just seeing, is he by himself? Is he with somebody else?
Okay, you can make a perception check as well. Saride?
Natural 20 for a 30.
Okay, great.
14, but passive 20 if it matters.
Sure. You guys can see the shadows, the outlines of two other Mind Flayers. Their collars are not as high, and you can tell that this one, the leader, it's better fed. for sure. Its brain is literally the dome of its skull is bigger, like Megamind, that weird cartoon, that one. You can see one of the mind flayers has a ring, a signet ring that you've actually seen recently. You've seen it here in Cardian. It's an emblem of the library? Not the one you saw on campus, the one out on the street.
Okay.
Other than
we didn't go to the library. Sirach did.
I know you didn't, but you passed it on the way in. So you haven't visited it, but you passed it.
So the library has the same symbol as the signet ring that...
Yes, Talroth.
With Talroth running around before doing all his checks, would he have passed by that library or gone into it?
Yeah. Well, you may not have gone into it. We'll roll a percentile for that in a moment, but you've at least seen it. You've definitely seen it. At this moment, Grizz is placed back in, and the professor will... Everyone, please, back to your crystals. Let your minds go blank, please, and he sort of focuses in on the crystal. There you are. All right. Now, everyone, just take a step back. Close your eyes. There you are. Open them. And when you open them this time, the scene has changed. You realize you are in the professor's memory. It is a memory of probably a few years. You can tell because his daughter looks not quite college age. And it looks like it's some sort of festival or holiday. And there is a feast on the table. And the familiar smell of the fruits returns. These citrus meats and honeyed breads. And this time there is no rotten egg smell behind it. I'm so sorry. This is one of my default memories. It's a very wonderful day, but we find that smells and tastes and sensory things are very strong, resetting one's mental place, and it is important to come back to a neutral moment, one that doesn't affect you've never seen, have no emotional attachment to. It's sometimes those moments can linger. Yes, Talroth.
So you mentioned this scene would have been like a few years ago, right?
You think? Yeah. You're not quite sure how many, but the daughter doesn't look to be the same age as the students that you've passed on the way in.
Just for my own curiosity, I'm just gonna look around also, see if I find a familiar face.
Okay. Yeah. You can make a perception check as well, please.
21.
21. Okay. There's pictures of the professor. The professor is you can see his sort of reflection of like where he was standing when he made this mental picture. He looks a little younger as well. His hair's a little thicker. It's not quite as gray. You can see the daughter, and you don't see anyone else that you recognize. You do catch the shadow of a feminine figure, of a woman who looks to be coming in from the kitchen with shadow. It looks like she's holding some sort of tray, bird most likely, and the daughter seems to be rushing towards her or to help her. You can see there's in the reflective professor there is a smile. This is clearly a happy memory for him. If you'd like, please have a taste. It won't feed you at all, but you can taste it. The if I may, the honeyed bread, just a little bit of the strawberry jam, particularly delicious. But no pressure. It's just a nice thing to sort of cleanse the palate, as it were. It does help in the returning process. Bit of the lingering spell effects can continue to plague the mind. He makes his way over, and you notice very much instead of the bread, he just tears a little bit of the skin off of sort of this chicken bird. Kind of nibbles it for a moment. When you're all ready, I'd like to end the session.
I see how Grizz is doing.
So, get out of this. Huh? And Grizz goes and just takes, like, Grizz doesn't feel like eating, so he takes just like a corner of a piece of bread or something, just like tucks it in his cheek.
Okay. Does anyone else eat the food? Okay.
No.
That's fine. You don't have to. The professor doesn't seem offended, nor does he make any... There's no indication that he's upset by that in any way. As you guys... He brings you back, coaches you through the re-immersion. I need you all to make wisdom saving throws. Grizz, you have advantage for taking the food and having the help in the reset.
19 again.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Nicely done.
13.
Oof, that's a fail.
From Dirty 20.
Okay. It is a DC 16. So there is a lingering... Sorry, DC 16. The 13 is a fail. So Tauroth, you are going to suffer for the next hour. You're going to have a disadvantage on ability checks, like exhaustion. It's just your senses aren't fully present. There's the lingering smell, especially from the winter scene, right? Sometimes you see like snow drifts past your eyes. You feel shivers and cold. And the professor will close the simulation. It is it's a combination of Major Arcana and detect thoughts, along with a psychic bond and a shared bit of memory. Originally intended to spread a non-verbal form of communication. A bit of a linguist growing up, and so odd how often words fail us to convey our true feelings. I apologize. I do wish that I had been far more knowledgeable about.
It's worth it for all of us to know kind of what we're potentially going into.
Of course. Of course. I'm sure Savendis is at the door by now. So,
before he comes in, though, do you know where Sarah might be?
well, she stays on campus most days. She doesn't stay at home much since, she spends a lot of fair amounts of time, I've been told, with the at the New Spell Tau house. She also frequents much of the nightlife around Erdian. She's been...
What color was her hair?
Her hair was a sort of orangey red, a carroty red.
Yeah.
Kill Bill sirens.
Don't suppose you have like anything small of hers that we can kind of use to... Well, you met our badger friend out there. He might be able to pick up a scent, kind of lead us to her a little faster.
Sure, yes. Of course.
And while you're doing that, at the library outside the school?
Oh. Right. The library, of course. What of it?
Is it open late at night?
Yes, it is more of a social club. Although it is... it's a social club, also it's an Arcanist enclave, something of the nature. They share spells. They treat much magic with very little respect, and actually far more like it's a, I don't know, something to be traded or bartered with or sought after. It's... Their perception of magic is perplexing, to say the least. Yes, right. It's my daughter. Yeah, I know you wouldn't be here if it wasn't important, so I'm going to give this to you, but it is... it is terribly important to me. He reaches to his belt and where his coin purse is. He unties it, and then the drawstring on the purse is actually a ribbon, a crimson ribbon. Yeah, this is hers. She's... I'm sure it still smells like her. I mean, it does to me, at least. She hasn't worn it in a bit, but there you are.
Oh, we'll be sure to bring it back to you in no time.
I would appreciate it. Again, please accept my deepest apologies for... I should open the door. Savendis will be most upset with me.
She'll slip into Orcish. Thank you for helping us, and I'm very sorry about your wife.
You are most welcome, and so am I. And that is where we're going to take our break for this evening. So we will be back in just a couple of minutes, probably 5 or 10. We'll see you guys then, but until then, stay tuned. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. We are Random Encounter Productions.
You're muted. I think in Discord.
I'm muted in Discord, but they could hear me. So, welcome back. We're Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have...
I'm Andrew. I'm playing Grizz, the Dwarven Ranger.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm a speakeasy that only serves Ovaltine Megan, and I'm playing Sir Rydelander, the Eladrin Glamour Bard.
And I'm Mars playing Talroth Oakenblade, the Wood Elf Scout.
And I'm Carlos playing Thozen Fahrenheit, the half-orc tiefling forge cleric.
Okay. Sounds good. When last we left off, guys, you guys were just wrapping up with Professor Asmenides. Is there anything else you guys would like to do? He's about to go and open the door. If there's anything you're gonna try to catch him for, or stuff like that. Okay.
I'm just gonna quickly look around the room and just see what else is in here. Just what kind of stuff was he working on?
It seems to mostly be with the crystals. There are some books. Looks like some of them are spellcasting tomes. Some of them are sort of magical theory books. There are some treatises on those specific spells that he mentioned, right? There are some spellcasting implements, as far as like wands, and there's also some like jeweler's tools for honing the crystals. You can also see that there are some small vials of arcane dust, most likely used for attuning and tweaking those crystals in that way. Yeah, that's about it. A little bit of chalk to write on the floor and the walls, and the arcane formulas and those sorts of things. I think that's about it. Yeah.
So as we're leaving, I'll just kind of stop by him. Thank you again for your time. I know we were in a bit of a rush, but I do have something else I want to ask about, but later on, once we get this taken care of.
Absolutely. Of course, I would be happy to help anyone that was able to help myself or my daughter, or realistically her. But thank you. That would be absolutely lovely. So he heads over to the door, opens it. Savendis is there. He has a tray with sort of a glass pitcher of water, and it's frosted over. There are 5 glasses on there, and Grizz is sort of sniffing him.
Or Benedict is sniffing him.
Benedict, yes.
I liked it better when Grizz was sniffing him.
Well, yep. There you go.
He had an experience, man.
He did. So, yeah.
Can I look at Savenis' hand to see if he has a signet ring?
He does not. As the door opens, Savendis is there. I have your refreshments. He sort of looks over each of you, and he holds them out, expecting you to take them.
Thank you.
So they were like glasses of water that were frosted over?
Yes.
Grizz takes it and just gives it just a sniff. Is it just water?
Yes, just water. Yeah, smells like clean spring water, chilled through these magical glasses.
Ooh, I can feel it going down into my stomach.
Did the professor give you a demonstration of our work?
He did. It's quite impressive. You both should be very proud.
Hope you had a pleasant experience.
We had an experience. Memorable. And I look over at Grizz just to see if he's okay.
He's shaking it off. It's living through it in an illusion is kind of the same as living it through it every day anyway. So he still just seems tense.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to develop it further, make it a less difficult experience, perhaps help people realize their dreams and visions.
Good luck. We've got some things we need to work on, so you boys get back to it.
Of course.
I awkwardly start making my way towards the door.
Oh yeah, no, you're at the door. He has not made his way in. You guys are making your way out. He's holding the tray of the water for you all to have.
Yeah, I definitely put the glass of water. Well, after I drink it, I put it back, and you know that awkward, like you're trying to walk out of a room, but someone's still talking to you kind of moment.
Yeah,
that's what Thousand's going through right now.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, and Svendis does very little to make it less awkward.
You guys, right, tall one. Yep. Excuse me.
You make your way out. What would you like to do now?
I think she'll tell them about the signet ring. I think we should go to the library.
Research, read books, like.
No. The library. If it's like a social club, and it's a place that they go after hours. Plus, I saw the same signal or the same image on one of the Flayer's rings.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a place to start.
Especially than any other leads we have. That's where we're going to. I guess we could try to have Benedict smell the ribbon, but he's not really, I think, much for tracking.
Well, having Benedict sniff the ribbon was actually not the intention. Been doing some research while I've been doing my own thing for a little bit, and I'm going to hand the ribbon to Thousand. You know how to scribe, right? If this is hers.
You do. I mean, I could attempt it. Like, it's an item that belongs to somebody. And I have it prepared.
At least this way, we try to scry on her. We can see where she is, and if she happens to be at that library, yeah, kill two birds with one fire.
One stone.
Same difference.
You're not wrong. Yeah, I could attempt it. See if I can figure out her whereabouts, her locations. But should I wait until I get at least to the library, or?
Is there a distance on it?
There's not a distance. It's concentration for up to 10 minutes. So if you guys want to stick around for 10 minutes, or if we want to walk and DM with scrying, like, would I know if I am still cognitive of my own like bodily functions, like walking, talking, moving, or is it something that completely is out of body?
Let's see. Certain spells, it's completely out of body. You can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you. Target must make a wisdom saving throw. Isn't affected. Okay. I think Because it says you can see and hear. I think you are blind and deaf at that moment. Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, like I just won't be able to see or hear, so either one of you is going to have to guide me, or or we're gonna have to do it somewhere where
I
can sit
absolutely
still.
will. I absolutely will.
I have no doubt. And I kiss her in the forehead.
And you know you're still in trouble, though, yes?
Love you. I will take the scarf, ribbon, and I will cast Scry.
Okay. Yeah. It takes 10 minutes for you to cast it. Let's see.
I didn't read that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I still do it.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes for you to cast it. You have secondhand knowledge of the target. So that makes the save modifier.
So for them, they'll have a +5 because I know them secondhand.
Correct, but
then,
-4 because you have possession of a garment.
Okay, so they have a +1 then.
They have a they'll get a +1. So, not a problem. First off, I'd like somebody to roll me a percentile to see where she is. Because there's a number of places she could be at this exact moment.
Not it.
I got it.
Okay.
49.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, you do the you cast the spell. She is going to make her saving throw.
As I cast a spell, like visually,
Yep.
you're gonna see Thousand's eyes kind of like almost start looking like charcoal, like heated Hunger Games dress style, like flamey and charcoaly, as he is officially blinded.
Okay, and it's a wisdom saving throw? Okay, she has a +6. 8 plus 6 for a 14.
That's the DC.
Oof. Okay. So
I'm not wise, y'all. For a cleric, I'm not very wise.
I'm realizing I didn't know.
He's really not.
I'm really not. Like, I have more charisma than I have wisdom.
Okay, just really wanted to play a cleric. Got it.
Well, we needed a cleric. I didn't say we needed a healer. I said we needed a cleric. It's a difference.
So yeah, the target is not affected. You can't use this spell for 24 hours.
I'm like, shit. I'll hand the ribbon back to Talroth. She's a lot wiser than I realized. She kind of pushed against it.
She's about as wise as you are. She's just proficient in wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, she's pretty proficient.
I suppose we could try to have Benedict sniff her out.
It's no harm in trying.
Give it a shot, I guess. Let's say, give him the ribbon, Tarath.
All right, I'll just kind of hold it up in front of Benedict.
Okay.
Don't eat it, Benedict.
Okay.
He does have advantage on perception checks that rely on smell. I don't know if that.
Yep, that's what you want. That's what we're talking about. All right. So an 8 and a 2.
So a 9 total with his wisdom.
All right, we'll take his passive perception at the minimum. He sort of, and he takes off kind of in a direction.
She's going to, as we follow, pick something else off of Talroth and cast Greater Restoration so that he's not exhausted anymore.
Okay. Sure. Talroth, you feel better.
Does he notice where it came from?
I don't think she was trying to be terribly subtle. She can make a performance check or a sleight of hand check if she wants to, or a deception check.
I mean, at this point, she's continuing doing what she's been doing all day, which is just... I don't know why he has, like, wood chips all over him, apparently. But...
Okay. Benedict leads you guys out throughout the campus. And he's wobbling around. At the beginning, you're like, he has no idea where he's going. He is absolutely lost. He does come back. He'll sniff the ribbon again. Gives it another try. He seems more confident this time. He is going in a direction. He gets a little lost. Starts to get towards the edge of campus. And then he comes back. He sniffs it one more time. And then he stands on his hind legs and he's like, all right, I know what I'm doing now. And then he takes off, going. After
I haven't made him do this very often. It takes him a little while to, ramp up into it.
Doesn't he gain your proficiency bonus on everything?
Let's see. Train to fight alongside me. He gets my proficiency bonus to his AC attack rolls, damage rolls, as well as to any saving throws and skills it is proficient in. So I don't know if it's actually it's proficient though.
He's got advantage on perception. I'll call that proficient for. It's tough not to be when you have a super snout smeller right there, right? You know what I mean? I know he's not technically proficient in it. I'll give him one proficiency. It can be perception. So it takes him less time than I initially said. Probably closer to 20 minutes instead of the 40 I was gonna have it take. Because he rolled an 8, the next one was a 13, plus all your things would have been enough for a success. The last one was a natural 20 with advantage, and he was like, yeah, I know, now I know what I'm doing. He doesn't have to get there. He leads you guys essentially to the fraternity row, and to the house of New Spell Tal. And though it be a weekday, there is a party going on.
All right. I brought my party clothes and my party badger, so...
Party badger! Yeah! Dude, he's got a badger!
Sarai's gonna, change her dress wrapping a little bit so that she has cleavage now.
Okay.
And try to sparkle a little bit more.
Okay. She activates the sparkle. Understood.
Thousand takes a peek.
Sure. I would like you guys to make perception checks.
Is passive the floor? Can't go lower than that, or?
Yes, at this point, passive is the floor. Yep.
Okay.
Certain checks, I'll let you know if they're not, but yes. Grizz.
19.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
14.
Grizz and Talroth. You guys looking into the party, into all the people that are here, that are around. It's early in the party. no people aren't like, other than the one dude that is just sort of always hammered. People it still has decorum. Still has it's got its social graces still, right? Most of the students are there. There's upperclassmen, lowerclassmen. Looks like a lot of them they're doing the. We're at the point in the party where the faux philosophical musings of college kids is coherent at the moment, if that puts any sort of perspective on it. You do see a couple of girls with red hair. None of them sort of the carrot orange that you saw in the vision, but red enough that you think you should probably check them out. Saride, you see somebody heading into the party, and as you're adjusting your dress for maximum cleave, it looks like a grad student. His eyes flick in your direction, and you think he's just kind of being a little pervy at first, but you notice he doesn't check out your rack. He's looking, and he catches your eyes, and there's something in the look of his eyes that is severe.
All right, gentlemen, I have a date, and she's gonna follow him.
Okay. Yeah, he starts making his way into the party. They seem to know him. They don't much bat an eye. And as you start to make your way up there, many of the young men are happy to introduce themselves to you. Are you an Eladrin? 'Cause I'll be your lad in. Hmm?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I only speak Orcish. I need to go inside. Sorry. She's just like full Orcish.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it is a lot of that. I will spare us the rest of whatever humiliation I can devise in the moment.
Is that a line that the rest of us may have heard?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's the drunk guy. This is there's the one like hammer dude. That's him. Yeah.
I'm gonna give a nice simple command to Benedict, which is just go sit on that fuck.
Yeah, he's gonna grapple and sit on. Yeah, he is. Nicely done, Benedict. Okay. Yeah, and everybody loves it. They think this is the best thing that's happened in this house in at least days.
The more you feed him, the less likely he is to get up and move off this asshole.
Hey! Yeah. All right. What else are you guys up to? That's Grizz, Tauroth, Thozen.
Thozen is trying not to be jealous of these people.
Okay.
As it was, I was shooting daggers with my eyes at that guy, and then I just smirk whenever the badger sits on his ass.
Sure.
I was very understanding of you and the elephant.
I know, but I'm still gonna feed the badger to not to move.
Understanding of you and the elephant. Perfect. Cody Stone game. Talroth.
I'm gonna just walk through and just like if someone chats me up, just like polite chat back, but just keep on going through.
Sure.
But those two redheads you mentioned,
yeah,
see if I can get not like talk to them, but just get close enough to them to see if they would be the guy's daughter.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Make me, it's like either performance or persuasion, just to pleasantly move yourself about the party without being stopped or harassed or, "You're not allowed to be in here. You're not a brother." "Oh, Talroth. You're not allowed to be in here. You're not a brother."
Well, neither have the other people over there, but you let them in anyway.
"Yeah, but they bring either the booze, the girls, or the goodness. And you, my friend, have none of those."
Well, says you, jackass. I'm the guy who helped bring in the badger.
"The badger's welcome. You're not."
Uh-huh. Right. So, you know what? Screw it. I'm turning this into a distraction.
Okay, sure. How would you like to make this scene worse?
So, we're in a mage college.
Yeah.
Spells probably get thrown around a little bit. Okay. This is just me talking, just thinking out loud right now.
Sure. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. You weren't in an accent. I was just eager to jump in, apparently. Go ahead.
So, want to see if I can maybe just, if I can sleight of hand a cantrip.
Okay, sure. Let's give it a try. What cantrip?
Mage hand.
Mage hand? Okay. What would you like to mage hand?
I want to see if I can knock a drink out of somebody's hand to spill on the guy who's talking to me.
Okay, yeah. All right, make the sleight of hand check.
That's a 17.
17 against his perception. He's not super perceptive. So I'm gonna give him a roll just because he's looking like right at you. Nope. Worse than his passive, and you beat his passive. So yeah, you bump the glass. It sort of upends over his. He's like, "Hey, what the hell, man? I'm here trying to take care of business, and you're messing with my flow."
Yeah, you should really do something about that guy. I mean, especially just spilling alcohol like that. That's an abuse right there. That should be worse than this.
That is. I don't know if it's what. Yeah. So, as that is happening, you guys up to anything else, or are we back to Meg? All right. You guys start to catch the. You guys start to catch the wind of the scene that Talroth is creating. This guy's weaving through the crowd. So, Meg, I'd like you to make either a perception or a survival check to not lose him as he's moving.
19 perception.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to follow him in throughout the crowd, even as people are talking to you, even as you're smiling and laughing and putting on airs. You always have a very strong like social awareness of where this guy is, and he does seem to begin to head upstairs. You follow him?
Yeah, as as distanced as it's safe.
Absolutely. Yeah, you blend into the crowd oddly well at the moment. So, as you are keeping an eye on him, you get to the top of the stairs and you see him moving, gone up maybe 2 flights of stairs. You're up on the 3rd floor. It's a tall building, and he's down by one of the doors. And the way he's leaning on the door frame and very quietly sort of opening the door is suspicious, to say the least. And it's as you're making your way up the stairs that you're just eye level with the floor. And there was no other time you could have seen it. Do you realize he's not walking? He's floating.
She immediately messages Grizz. He's up here. He's up here. He's up here.
We're fucking doing it, boys. And Grizz just breaks, like sprints up the stairs, like yells that.
Oh, I follow.
Calls to Benedict, get off the drunk.
And Saride is going to cast a magic missile because she's on the top of the stairs.
Your
or
eye
she's
level.
on the stairs at least.
You're on the stairs. Your eye level with where his feet would be. He's about 20 feet down the hallway.
She's going to cast magic missile down into the crowd, like into a vase.
Okay.
Or something, so that there's a little bit of a distraction.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's you would be doing it on the second floor, but you can. I would like the gentleman making the run up to make me either acrobatics or athletics checks.
Six.
Do we have to use the dice roller, or can we use dice?
You can use dice. You can use dice.
Nah.
Talroth.
Yeah, I picked up my actual dice because the dice roller's not liking me today, but that is a 21 acrobatics.
Okay, nicely done. Thosen?
19 athletics.
Okay, yeah. Grizz, you're going to be held up by about a round because as you say that, and Talroth and Thosen start to run in, suddenly the party goes from being relatively calm, one drunk, one douchebag, to being like, whoa, what the fuck are these people we don't know running into the house? Like, whoa, hey, stop, you know, and it like, they're not quite doing magic at you yet because they're kids and they're like, whoa, hey, like, you know. So they're just sort of, it's difficult terrain. They're making it a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Talroth, you're running up the sides of walls. You're parkour and hardcore the whole way through. And Thosen just tucks his shoulder. And after he runs over one kid, the rest of them are like, nope, not big enough for that. Just gonna step to the side now.
I'm gonna put my shield in front and just shield master shove everyone that gets the fuck in my way.
Well, there was only the one.
My girl.
The rest of them have stopped. So I would like everybody to flip for initiative.
Hey.
Mind Flayer is on an ace.
My first initiative flip, everybody.
Congratulations.
Oh, yay! It was
Yeah.
good too.
Grabbing the face card right out the gate. Nicely done. So, the Mind Flayer seeing the flash of the magic missile and beginning to hear the commotion, looks briefly, still in this human guise, and pushes into the door. You can no longer see him, Saride. Once he is in there, you do hear you hear a scream, and then you hear a scream, and there's a flash of magic, and he will sort of flinch. You see just a bit of his shadow come to the side, and the illusion sort of casts off of him as it does, and he looks, he sees you, and he changes his mind, and instead you hear his tentacles sort of move, and "Lest there be still," and a wall of force raises up over the stairway.
Is that a ability or a spell?
That's a spell.
Counterspell.
Okay. Make a... What level are you casting it at?
I don't know, because I just got this and I've never done it before, and I'm very excited, but also very scared.
Third level is the minimum. If you cast it at third, spells of third and lower are automatic. Anything higher, you have to make an
I have to
ability.
roll.
Yeah.
Let me do a fourth level.
Okay. So you very quickly snap out the counterspell, but I do still need the ability check. DC of 15.
So it's a D20 plus my...
Charisma. Your spellcasting modifier, not proficiency.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Just the charisma.
Fuck! It's a 13!
You attempt to counter the spell, and as the magic begins to seep from his hands, his mind and those very severe eyes just turn larger and wider and inky black, and the wall appears, or the invisible wall raises up in front of you, and he ducks back into the room. I believe Grizz is next. You spend your turn dashing. Any commands that you give to Benedict at the time?
Just to follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he goes. After that, I believe Talroth is next.
So would I be able to make it all the way up there
with
on
your
time? Or?
With your regular move? So I had you guys already sort of on the run. With your regular movement, you would make it to Saride. And so as you're sort of turning, you're on the second floor, you're coming up the stairs, you can see Saride at the top of them. It's not a huge flight of stairs, right? And I think you can see the force wall, or is the force wall invisible? That's something I should have.
I think it's invisible.
It is.
I think so too.
Yeah. So you start to make your run up there, unless Saride yells at you that there's a force wall.
She will. Yeah.
What do you say, Saride?
Talroth, stop!
I'll give you a couple more words if you like. You don't?
Magic! Ah!
Perfect. Reach out and make a concerned moan.
A moment of many words.
Yes,
Right,
it is.
So is the wall of force between us and Saride, or blocking the entire hallway off?
It is after Saride. You guys are on the same side, and it basically you could get to the top stair, but you could not step onto the third floor. That's where it is.
So no way around it.
Not that you see.
Would it have just taken my movement to get up there?
Yeah, just your movement. And I'll say even half of it if she stops you. Like, you can kind of... You don't see the wall, but she said something. It's up to you if you want to finish your movement and get to it and, like, touch it.
If Saride isn't even moving into the hallway, there's probably a reason, so I'll just stop and be like, what room?
I mean, he's not... Is he in the room? He's still in the hall, right?
No, he went back. He was at the door. He poked his head in. Something happened to him. He came back out, cast Wall of Force, and went back in the room.
Okay, she'll point to which door.
It's second door over to the left.
And straight on till morning.
Yes.
Quick question for the DM then.
Yeah.
Are the floors on like the second floor and stuff made of wood or anything?
Seem to be mostly wood.
I'm going to jump back down to the second floor and kind of just tapping those and be like, second floor, follow me.
Okay.
And try to go to whatever room would be directly underneath that one.
Sure, make a survival check. It's going to take your dash action to get there.
Yeah, I figured action, dash, everything.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Survival would be a 18.
Okay. You feel very confident in the room that you pick, and you go bursting in there. People are freaking out now. Couple in there making out. This is a terrible party. Party went awful.
It's like, fireball! You gotta run! Fire! Go! Now!
Okay. Thozen.
Me.
Saride.
Dispel at 5th level.
It fails.
That's rude. I'm not gonna say that. I love you. Okay.
I love you too. It's as you attempt to do it, you realize this spell specifically cannot be dispelled.
Fuck. Okay. Can I make a check to know if Grizz would rather be back? Oh no, because I know he has knives.
Yes, he likes to be quasi-close.
Then she's going to scream out, Grace, come up here! Meet me up here!
I'm fucking trying. Just shoving bros out of the way.
Whoa, hey, easy there, man. Hey, party badger. Right.
Oh, I already did my thing. Okay, cool.
Bonus action?
Is everyone within 60 feet?
Technically.
Even Grizz?
Yes, Grizz, yeah.
Then Mantle of Inspiration, or Mantle of whatever
Yeah, Inspiration.
It's a good thing I play this every week, or else I wouldn't know what I was doing. 11 temporary hit points for everybody, and if you want, you can use your reaction immediately to move to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Grizz, would you like to move?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
She just yelled at me.
Yeah, with the movement.
Get those temporary hit points as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If we have a full party, he may not because she has a limit on the number of creatures. It's 5.
Yeah, and I get some too.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, but if there is a full party, Grizz may be left out of that.
Oh no, I never get them.
Okay.
You always give them out.
Uh-huh. I'm a good healer, you cocks.
You are. So, Grizz, you and Benedict are going to be able to use your reactions to make it up to Saride. You're passing by Thozen. Thozen's, I'm assuming, using his reaction, running after Tauroth. Tauroth, you are in the area. You can save yours if you want. I don't know that it's necessarily going to help you at this moment.
I'll just do a little zoomy in the spot in the room.
Absolutely, yeah. Take a zoomy lap, like it. I think that's it for Saride.
Is it me?
Yes, Thozen.
Oh, okay. Knowing what Talroth is saying, I'm assuming that we're underneath the room that we're assuming that he's in. So I am going to try something I never have. I'm going to take the mace and grab it by both ends and point it towards the roof. And I'm going to cast Burning Hands on the roof, which will be the floor of...
Okay. Which will be on the floor. Sure, that sounds good. We'll roll some... So the Burning Hands casts out this gout of fire. It does creep across the ceiling, sort of like a backdraft. Hopefully Thozen will be... There he is. Go ahead and roll your fire damage.
Why is it always in my turn? It never fails. This thing always decides to shut off in my turn.
Yes, it is very... It specifically does not like you taking turns.
Sorry, first time.
You're good. It's 3d6.
Oh, so that will be 12 fire damage.
12 fire damage. Okay. And... I always lose this. It's such an important chart, but it's also such like a stupidly small one. And it's like, all right, here's material hit points. And they're armor class.
And that was with spending a charge on my Mace Phoenix.
Okay. Sounds good. So the floor/roof does light on fire and begins to burn. I will let you know how well that works in just a moment. New round. All right, I see the ace. After Meg, I'm going to need you guys to call it out. Mine is a 5, so I think it's Ace, Tauroth, Grizz, Thozen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 10.
Pretty sure it's still Grizz, then Thozen.
Yeah, I think his dex is higher than mine.
Okay, Saride.
Okay, so first she is going to tap Grizz And because she's in spring, say tag you're it, he's going to teleport to the other side of the force wall.
And he does.
And then she's going to put a hand on Benedict and cast Dimension Door for the both of them and get them on the other side of the what's Mahuja.
Nicely done.
And then she's going to run to the door.
Okay. Yeah, as you come running to the door, you can see the Mind Flayer is there. It's not the one that it's not the one with the high collar. It's one of the other ones. And it does it looks over at you, and between you and it, there is or on the other side of it, there is a girl that looks very much like the one that you saw, more mature, older, and clearly in the midst of some sort of grieving, angst-driven phase. Her red hair is, I won't say dreadlocked, but it's definitely like twisted in the front, super tight. She's got a number of.
Does
like,
she have a blue
studs.
streak?
Yes, sure. Yeah, she has a blue streak. The makeup is very severe. The bro that she is, she seems to have been out or in bed. They've tumbled out at this point. He is trying to protect her, but is clearly freaking out. But the one thing you do notice is that there is a mechanical bird that is harrying the Mind Flayer.
She'll look at the dude bro and just say, "Run."
It's not worth it. Okay. I believe that is it for Ride. Talroth?
All right, does the roof look pretty damaged?
The roof is damaged. Right, I have to find... How many hit points
I
does...
burned the fraternity down.
It's a magic fraternity. The sprinkler system's about to kick in, but I'm trying to give you guys a chance to get through it. Okay, come. Why is wood mentioned so many times in this stupid book? There it is. If I ever need hit points for something, it's on 246. I was 4 pages off. Armor class of 15. And... how many points of damage did you deal, Thozen?
12.
12. It is damaged, but more than half. Like 2/3.
Got it.
All right, and Thozen's after me.
Mm-hmm.
You can hold your action.
Yeah, but I'm also going to need my action or movement to get up there too. Unless I could just delay my whole turn till after you.
It's just your action.
Okay, well, I was going to save this for a different day, but... All right, bonus... yeah, it's my action to pull stuff out of my pack. Okay.
Out of the bag of holding, yeah. You get one free item interact. If it's on your pack, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, because this is one that I have on me, not the bag of holding.
Okay. That's a little easier.
Yeah. So if I could just draw my sword and pull out the potion of growth I've been hanging on to.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna slug that back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell Thozen, break it, I'm going up.
Okay. Yeah, you grow to be a large creature, probably 8-ish feet high. You are inches from the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of crouch down and just kind of almost like that Spider-Man pose and just get ready to just stand up and just start swinging whatever I see in there.
Okay. Sounds good. After Tauroth.
Grim, either baddies or Grim. I don't know what the baddies got.
5. Grizz.
Okay. Grizz teleporting through, shaking off it. This round, Benedict's just going to take the dodge action because that's free. Doesn't cost anything. And I can see the Mind Flayer now?
You got to move like 5 feet, but she teleported you most of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, take a step. And you said it's like illusion got dispelled, right? Like it's clearly
its illusion was dispelled. It is clearly a Mind Flayer. You actually think it was the mechanical bird, seeing sort of some of the gems that are on it. Yeah, like she's got this guard bird. Probably gave it to her by her dad.
Grizz looks at it and goes, "Well, you better fucking run." Bonus action is going to cast Hunter's Mark on it at 2nd level.
Okay.
And then for his action, is going to use his bracer of flying daggers to make 2 thrown dagger attacks.
Okay.
Just whipping those out.
Yeah.
Which is a 22 to hit with the first attack.
That does hit.
That deals 10 points of piercing damage, plus I think Hunter's Mark is another D6.
6. Yes.
So 15 points of piercing damage total.
Okay.
I'm going to switch to physical dice for this. Second attack, I'll say, is a 25 to hit.
That'll hit as well.
That's not... I rolled the wrong things. Is 5... Another 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay, another 9 points of piercing damage. Does seem to maintain concentration on the wall of force. Anything else, Grizz?
Nope, that's my action, bonus action. I don't want to move closer to it because that seems terrible.
Cool.
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay. Thozen, what was your card?
I was a 10. I was right after Grizz.
Go for it.
I'm going to set my shield under... No, I'm not even going to set it down. I'm going to take Phoenix, and I'm going to start winding up, and I'm going to slam up into the roof.
Okay.
With the mace.
All right, make an attack roll.
And that's a natural 20.
Nice.
So it's is it double the dice, and then because of Savage Attacker, an additional damage dice?
You double, yep.
Ugh, that's not great. Do I just roll twice or double the number on it?
You double the number of dice. That's what we've got right now. And then add your extra dice and your modifier.
So that's 6, that's 11 bludgeoning. Oh, no, lie. That's 16 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And 9 fire because of Divine Strike.
Okay. Yeah. So more than enough. Yeah. You burst a hole in the bottom of these floorboards. It is a decent size. For those of you up top, you just watch as the bed just like halfway tilts and begins falling down into this hole. Like the legs are kind of still hanging on. The rest of it has fallen down into the hole. So like the headboard's still there, and it's like this weird ramp because the floor's given out. Tauroth, you had a sorry.
Does she fall off?
She's at the edge because they had gotten off the bed.
Okay.
You held your action.
Oh, yeah. Is there a way for me to just leap up there?
Yeah. Go for it.
All right. What am I rolling?
You're big. You get there. Up you go. Wow.
Cool.
Okay, sounds good. Thozen, anything else? That was
so for my movement, I'm gonna attempt to jump / climb the bed. Would I be able to do that?
You can try to climb the bed. Yeah, you make an athletics check. It's soft and squishy and difficult terrain, but yeah, sure.
15.
15. Okay. Yeah, you make it up.
All right, and then bonus action, I'm just gonna hold my shield in front of me, just prepare for. I've never fought a Mind Flayer, so I'm just gonna prepare for anything.
Sure, you get your shield up in front of you. You're actually right next to Sarah and her bow, who's like, he's trying to leave, but all of the options for leaving have suddenly become filled with people or have lost beds. Like, there's a lot going on here, so he's kind of panicking. It is the Mind Flayer's turn first. They're gonna go at the end. So it's got Giant, Tauroth, you, Saride, Grizz. He's got a lot happening as well. He is going to. Can't do that. He is going to cast. Let's see. Just mine's 90 foot, 10-foot radius. Not enough. Not enough. Fortunate. This is not the sort of place I was hoping to. Hey. But I suppose beggars won't be choosers. You there, big men. I'd like you to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay, how many?
One each for the T's. For the Tauroth and the Thozen. And for the girl and the bow. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
24.
Okay, yeah, 24 succeeds. It's a DC of 16. Rolled a natural 16 on the bow. Good thing he doesn't have any bonuses. And we've established she has a +5. So they save. Tauroth, looks like you are the only person. You are under the effects of the confusion spell. Affected target can't take reactions. Must roll a d10 at the start of their turn to determine what behavior they take that turn.
Ah, so it's a Saturday night. Cool.
There you go.
He's large and confused.
And in charge. The Wall of Force, Grizz and Saride, you will notice the Wall of Force has dropped as he switched concentrations. So after casting casting Confusion, the Mind Flayer is going to start to run towards the window. And
I'm not within melee, am I?
he's going to run past you, Thozen. Yeah, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Natural 16 plus something.
That'll hit.
Plus 8, so 22.
Easily. Yep.
3 plus 5. So that's 8 bludgeoning and 9 bludgeoning and 3 fire.
Total of 12. Got it. Okay. The window shatters, and the Mind Flayer goes leaping through it. Thozen, as you hit him, you look out, and he's falling, and the magic of Featherfall, sort of these little bits of feathers begin to fall off of him, and as he slowly starts to descend to the ground. New round. Nope, can't have that. Can't have that. Bad guys are on a 10. Who's above a 10?
Grizz is a queen.
So, Saride.
Uh,
Yes, queen, let's go.
Yes, queen.
I think Grizz wins on Dex, so let's give it to him first.
Grizz is going to yell to Benedict to protect the girl. So Benedict's going to rush forward and sit in front of her, take the dodge action. Grizz is gonna run to the window.
Yeah.
And he's gonna jump out.
Okay.
Reaction, cast Featherfall.
Okay. Sounds good. You safely descend to the floor. It is 30 feet, so well within the distance of Featherfall. You get there, no problem. That is your movement, though.
Yeah, movement, and then again, I am within. Am I within 20 feet of the Mind Flayer? Because it jumped. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It does. It's not super fast. Like, yeah, you're right there.
Yep, that's going to be 2 more flying bracer attacks.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Absolutely.
And that is 12 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
Second is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yep.
For plus 6, 11, 14 points of piercing damage.
You just hear in your mind, oh, filthy rock dweller, leave me be.
You're not even the one I'm after.
All right, after Grizz. Saride. Yeah, it is. Grizz, as you're looking at it, the cuts of the glass, your daggers that have pierced into it and been pulled from it, its shoulder looks like it's out of joint from where Thozen caught it. Yeah, he doesn't look like the hardiest thing ever. Saride.
Okay, she's gonna run and jump out of the window.
Okay.
Grizzy's reaction to catch her.
He can try. Yeah. Make a dexterity saving throw.
She's so much bigger than you are.
You are no longer confused, Talroth.
Yeah, I was wondering if confusion was concentration. Thank you.
It is. Yes.
Dexterity saving throw is a 19.
Yeah. Yeah, you catch her. You're gonna split the fall damage as you Andre the Giant her.
Sorry.
You're a dwarf. I find that funny. So you're both gonna take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, just from. Nobody's knocked over. You're not prone.
Huh?
Good.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
So much worse. She's going to how and he's not looking good. He's well past bloodied, or is he bloodied?
No, he's past bloodied. He's looking awful.
Can Grizz take the opportunity as he catches her to say something?
Absolutely.
Let it lead us home.
Okay. She'll pretend like she's feign an ankle injury.
Okay. Okay. After make a performance check. After Saride, who's up next?
21.
I think it's you.
I'm
Did
on
you
a
roll
10. Yes.
Then yes, it's
Right.
you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it believes you. It does start. It's running away. Grizz is preoccupied with this. It. Roll. One of you roll me a percentile. Because what I want to know is how much the frat house has seen, and because there's some of it's on fire. They're seeing a mind flare. Things are happening. They're likely to be pissed and protect their area, and that could impact how he responds.
51.
Okay. So the part of the party that's come out here is like, oh, the fuck is that? Are you the thing? You have tentacles, and you've ruined our party. They seem lay pissed at it, right? I will let you guys know. It has two options to try to escape you. Option one is cast invisibility and run. If it thinks it can get home and not die right now. Option two is cast plane shift on itself to the astral plane, I believe. Yes.
Now that since the frat people are here, can she try calling out to them for help to try to get them to focus on her and not attack him?
Sure. Yeah.
What would that be?
A persuasion check.
I rolled my ankle.
29.
Okay. Yeah, definitely some of them. You about split the group for sure. They're all caring that you are hurt. They're coming to help you. I'm gonna say 66 and below. It will cast invisibility. 67 and higher, it is gonna cast plane shift. It'll be gone for at least 24 hours. Because it can only cast plane shift once a day. You guys have learned enough about mind flayers to know that. Okay? Who would like to roll it? Or would you like me to?
I say you roll it.
Okay. Sounds good. So, we're going with these. I'll get ones that are actually a little more...
Some good-looking Norse Foundry dice you got there, Cody.
I am going to get my good-looking Norse Foundry dice. My metal... dead man's gold and or copper. We're not sure what.
And
those
if you at home would like a set of your own, head over to NorseFoundry.com. Use the promo code REPRPG for 15% off your order.
What?
Yes. Okay. Take the picture for you guys and go from there. So. You watch as the severe eyes have now widened into a visage of fear, a type of fear that you are certain this creature has caused in so many other things, and in this exact moment is stricken with it, and the magic begins to rise up around it, and his body begins to shift from this reality. You can still attempt to counterspell.
I don't think I have any left.
It's 3rd level.
Oh, fuck yeah! Counterspell.
Okay, make the check. DC 17.
Ooh, 10.
And with a flash, the Mind Flayer disappears from the mortal plane. We are...
Sarai just punches the ground.
Are you okay? It's alright. Monster's gone now.
She's just holding her head and crying out of frustration.
Talroth leaps out the window. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
It's gone. I couldn't get it. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Ah!
I jump behind Talroth.
I should have just let you kill it.
Wait, no, hold on. It's not entirely a total loss. I look at my mace. Is there any parts of burnt flesh or parts of this creature from when I hit it when he ran by on my opportunity attack?
Sure. I'll say you at least got some clothing. How's that?
Perfect. Hey, Talroth, can I borrow that vial or have that vial that you drank that potion off of?
Yeah, I'll lean down and give it to Thozen, since I'm still like 10 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now seeing this empty vial, I'm going to put whatever I can scrape off of my mace, like that fabric, and put it in there.
Yeah.
And put a little tag.
Yeah.
Being like, Mind Flayer, like, suit, or whatever the hell it may be.
Yeah.
But we at least have a way to track it. I know right now it's not currently in, I'm assuming not this plane of existence, but we can scry.
Yeah, it is.
I can't do it right now, but you know. We can
Is
figure something
Sora
out.
okay?
Oh shit.
Sora!
There's no response.
Benedict cast speak with animals at 2nd level. Or up,
Okay.
So upcast.
Yeah.
And he goes, Benedict, is everyone all right up there?
Yes, Grizz. They seem mostly unharmed, although quite angry with each other.
They seem fine. They're fighting with each other now. That's
Oh no, the fight has stopped.
Oh,
Benedict, is anybody food up there?
No, no one is food.
Good. Let's say, I think we should move back up there. Now.
oh, all right, all right.
I'll
You
just-
make a perception check, Grizz.
24.
Okay. You just hear Benedict going, I was told to protect you. Stop moving. Come back here. Where are you going? Why are you leaving? No.
I'm gonna just jump back to the window.
Okay, yeah, you start to climb up through the window. You can see Grizz has the bow is knocked out on the ground. The little hawk thing gone, and you just catch the bit of Grizz's like butt running down the hall. Benedict's butt running down the hall.
Yeah, I'll just out to the hall and just try to catch up. I'm gonna call out the girl's name, like, "Hey, wait up!"
You guys encircle her from the bottom and from the top. You sort of, you wrapped her. What do you people want with me?
Well, first off, let's start with a thank you for saving you from Squidface that just kind of dipped out.
All right, thank you. Now, what do you want from me?
I would like to know why you've been selling lads to mind flayers. Because that's what I think is going on here. I think you have something to do with the lads that are getting brain napped by these bastards.
She looks confused and shocked. Make an insight check.
I will pick a piece of lint off of him and give him inspiration.
All right.
I don't need it. I got a natural 20 for a 25.
Okay. She begins to protest quite firmly that's not what's happening, and she doesn't know anything about mind flayers. Grizz, all of you, roll me a perception check.
$19.
Nat 1 for an 11.
Sure.
27.
Okay.
Nat 20 for a 22.
Gentlemen, the brief time that you were in her room, you remember seeing these arcane pictures of her and her best friend, who looks an odd amount like her. There's differences. But the red hair is the same. And actually, get the feeling it probably looked a lot like her mother. Best friend. And you know with the insight check, she is telling the truth. But of the two redheads that stay here, I suspect you know where the other one is.
Clarifying for me,
Please,
just
yeah.
that. So the pictures of her and her best friend, that's the best friend looks like her mother.
She looks like her mother too. They look related. You know she's not.
So
Half sister.
Well, it's a mind flayer, and okay. Just make me flat intelligence or wisdom checks.
This is for us, not our characters.
I know,
We're
that's
stupid.
fine. No. It's obscure. It is obscure. This is all a little obscure. I like what you did, and I was like, that's a really good twist. She's actually not. But okay, like I kind of just wanted to go with it, but I had always established that there were two redheads, right?
Yeah. One
of them that's the hunter. The other one that they wanted to utilize for something, right? The misconception being that they wanted to that they wanted to kidnap her, right? They didn't need to kidnap her. They just needed to get close to her to keep tabs on her. If they needed to use her for something to encourage her dad to finish the project. But the severe eyes of Savendis is what Saride picked up on when she saw the guy entering the party. So it was his assistant. And if you... I rolled you guys... he didn't need to get wisdom checks from you. Wisdom saves. Because just being able to detect your surface thoughts with detect thoughts was enough to tell him who you were or where you'd been from, right? The visions that you had just seen. The mind flayers would know what the mother looked like, and what better friend for a grieving girl than someone that reminds her of her mother.
We are gonna fist these things into oblivion. Holy fuck. That's disgusting.
So you have identified some other forms of these two mind flayers. There's one you have not run into at all. Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense.
No, it makes
Great.
sense.
No,
It makes sense.
I thought there was another person all of a sudden that we were like worried about.
No. You had been told about a redhead hunter. Definitely was a mind flayer. We knew that. The other redhead you guys have been talked about was the daughter, right? So feeding them to the mind flayers was a great call, or a mind flayer impersonating her, right? But it is along those lines of impersonating her. But you had seen two come into the party, and actually, you remember you had seen two come into the party. The other redhead should be here. But in the midst of the chaos, as you're looking around, she has departed.
Bullshit. Oh my god, we're gonna kill them so hard. Oh! Cool.
Yeah. So, that's going to be our game for tonight. I hope it was enjoyable. Yeah, Talroth, what do you got?
Yeah, I just got one last thing as we're still leaving, because I rolled the D4 earlier and the potion's good for 3 hours.
Nice.
That one guy who was giving me attitude earlier, just going to make sure I walk by him. See ya, Tiny.
he feels diminutive. He feels small in this moment.
Do we want to take her home with us? I think we take her home with us.
I think she should come with us.
And, Thosen, if you could message her dad and let him know that she's safe, but not where she is.
Look, I gotta go take that ribbon back to her dad anyway, so I could just take her over there, and that whole lead line room, that's gonna block out a lot of detection stuff.
Except that a mind flayer got in there once. They could do it again.
Well, he had to be let in, so...
They're not vampires.
And
they're watching him specifically. They're doing this to keep tabs on him.
I will help because we are towards the end of the night. You cast sending, and it doesn't work, and you realize it may be the room. You go running to the room. He's not there. It looks like neither are any of the crystals or the tools for the experiment. Remember, you guys were lost on the campus for about 20 minutes. So enough time for the Mind Flayers, for Savendis to knock out the professor. The third party member took him. Looks like Savendis was going to the party to collect the girl and the best friend.
She is definitely staying with us then.
She has nowhere to go tonight. And so, Sarah, Zemindis, your care for this spring. And that is where we are going to leave it for tonight. We are going to pick up next week, where we will hopefully be destroying the last of this enclave of Mind Flayers. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys in the chat have enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much. We're going to say goodnight. And tomorrow night, we're going to be back with some, not Disasters in Danger. We're going to be back with some Borderlands. We're going to do all sorts of fun things. And I don't know. Check it out in the chat, in the Discord. Let me know what sort of shows you would like to see this weekend. If you'd like to see like a talkback or a one-shot or anything along those lines, I am thinking about it. So I'll see you guys later. But until then, be cool.